Hello guys, hi everyone. We are back with another live stream guys. I think
victim
मैं
to this.
start
That
हो
was a pleasant
चुका
surprise,
नहीं
by the way.
हुआ
Done.
तब तक अपन यहीं पे रहता है गाइज। और बताओ कैसे हो तुम लोग और कौन कौन एक्साइटेड है आज का मैच देखने के लिए। मैं तो हूँ बहुत ज्यादा। Hi Meet, welcome to the stream. Hi Dragon, welcome to the stream. Hello hello किया कल नहीं आए आप। अरे हाँ कल इसलिए नहीं आए क्योंकि बारिश की वजह से नेट नहीं चल रहा था मेरा। दैट्स वाई मैं नहीं आ पाई। कैसे हो मीत एंड ड्रैगन। कोई नहीं आज कर लेंगे एंड में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। अब ठीक है गाइस। जो भी ज्वाइन होते जा रहे हैं प्लीज मेक श्योर कि सबने लाइक कर दिया हो। इफ यू आर न्यू हियर प्लीज सब्सक्राइब माय चैनल। थोड़ी देर चैट नहीं पड़ी जाएगी गाइस, थोड़ा फोन बस।
16 teams step into the Gadia Esports arena with one goal in mind: survive. 3 days of competition slipped through their fingers last week, and now they are staring down the barrel. And so, my name is Barney Banks, and I am your host. And welcome to the PMWC at the 2025 Esports World Cup. The next 2 days of competition are going to truly show our team's capabilities and where they stand, because they're going to be fighting for survival. So, why don't you say we meet them, starting things off with intense game.
रजिस्टर नहीं किया रजिस्टर कर दो।
Team
सब
Falcons.
भगवान के भरोसे है। ठीक ठाक। तुम्हारा क्या हाल चाल? ठीक हूँ मैं भी। मेरे हाल तो अच्छे हैं, आप बताएं।
Alpha 7 Esports. There's a different kind of tension in the air today. Is it the realization that the next 2 days could be their last? Survival can be summed up in 3 words: never give up. Let's see which of these teams live up to that statement. It is time for the survival stage.
That's right, Banks. It's all or nothing
Wow.
for these teams now. There are no second chances.
अभी स्टार्ट होने में टाइम लगेगा यार। तब तक तुम लोग बातचीत करो यार मेरे साथ। बॉब जी कहाँ चले गए? बॉब द बिल्डर करके दिखाएंगे। गाइस जो भी ज्वाइन हो रहे हो प्लीज मेक श्योर सब लाइक कर दें। इफ यू आर न्यू हियर प्लीज सब्सक्राइब माय चैनल। हम इसी पे रहते हैं ना, क्यों करने का बंद? भाई वहां के वो देख रहे हो?
Across the
They've been the most talked about team.
हाय गायल, आप कहाँ रहते हो? मैं जम्मू में रहती हूँ। सॉरी बहुत बिजी रहता हूँ। ओहो हो गायल ओपी, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। कोई बात नहीं, तुम बिजी रहो वो अच्छा है। बिजी ही रहो। बॉब द बिल्डर करके दिखाएंगे। और बताओ कैसे हो सब लोग? ड्रैगन तुम कैसे हो? घर पे सब कैसे हैं? और क्या लगता है यार आज अपनी टीम इंडिया क्वालिफाई करेगी नेक्स्ट राउंड के लिए कि नहीं?
Focused on here, two massive names who are now here in the survival stage. Let's head over to the casters for game number 1 here.
स्टार्ट हो गया क्या?
Thank you very much, James. We are locked in, dialed into position, and excited to kick off the survival stage here live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Myself, Jackie, and of course the magnificent Blank, who are going to be bringing you the action live as it comes to us. Some good talking points set up by the desk, as always, very Maxim-esque.
Very Maxim-esque.
फेस रिवील हो गया क्या? नहीं, फेस रिवील नहीं हुआ अभी तक। क्लासिक नहीं खेलने वाली हो क्या? अभी नहीं खेलने वाली, अभी मैचेस देखेंगे अपन।
Huddle to save the Falcons.
Oh yeah.
अभी मैचेस चलेंगे, मैचेस देख। कौन सी कंपनी वाले हैं रे जो मुझे बहुत परेशान करते हैं इसी टाइम पे? हम तो बढ़िया, वेरी गुड, बढ़िया ही होने चाहिए हो। मैं तो देख लो तुम्हारे सामने हूँ, कैसी लग रही हूँ। खेलूंगी मैचेस के बाद, खेलूंगी जब ये मैचेस हो जाएंगे ना उसके बाद। मैच हो गया स्टार्ट।
To the finals here in our survival stage. Taking place for the
first match and
days here. Our rotating lobby Ivis organizing the same 16 teams every single time, which is going to make things slightly easier when it comes to those drop spots, figuring out where you need to go, where you need to head. If you've got one rivaling team that's going to be taking it to you every single time, what it looks like right now, AX dropping on top of one team. I'm assuming that's Option Red
versus Team AX. No flash हो गया guys.
Day one's flavour there, Blank. A callback, really, a hot drop that I believe they came out on top with cleanly. I'm pretty sure they shut down Option Red Force very handedly on that one, and that actually set them up for one of the better days we've seen from them.
Arena नहीं है,
probably one of the better games.
Better being the operative one, you know, not amazing, but better.
Yeah, their day one was all right. I think they struggled on day 3. They struggled on day 3 a lot.
Team Winners versus Team
It will be
AX.
R8 losing one player early on. That's between them and Yang.
भाई क्या सीन है ये? इतना तेज क्यों आई आवाज?
Gone Galacticos over towards Paradise Resort. Two pretty integral locations on the map, Paradise Resort as well as Ruins. But this fight between AX and Noxian Red Force, it's taken a while to kick off. But in the meantime, Galacticos stayed over the top. Smile very low. Yet another one taken down.
बढ़िया लिख रहे हो ना तुम?
From this up close
रोटेशन बढ़िया है, राइट?
with the SMG trying to bait
it.
Quick peek back with the DBS. Nice knock. Oh, it's really not going well in the overall fight though.
Nice, I finished
being able to
for
convert onto these knocks as well, so it's getting messy for both sides.
Got the Vector out, fast fire rate on the side, but a good tag around the edge. But somehow he absolutely fumbles it. So Cloud will stay up here. 3 players up, 4 elims, very nice.
मैंने बोला NS versus Team AX. अपनी टीम की फाइट है guys. यहाँ भी फाइट इजी निकाल लेते हैं, इतना तो भरोसा है.
The rotate up towards Tambang. This is going to be like
first day पे भी यहाँ पे फाइट निकाली थी बड़ी मस्त
तरीके से. This can't be
से.
a rotate that you make, and it's just setting up there for setting it up their sake. You know, he needs to check in over towards Ruins. This is a perfect opportunity for them to figure out how they want to deal with Ruins. We got a northwest circle on this one. If he recalls the rest of the boys, which they honestly, in my opinion, should be moving pretty shortly. It's something they struggle with every time. Yes, Ralph sends up this way, but you got to follow up on that. You have to follow up on that.
There's another vulture circling around that area towards ruins as well, and that's a representative from E Arena with Joker in position to get a rough read, listening out for the audio cues. But of course, cutting over to what's going on the main feed here, Keenatron taking a bit of damage early on. It's actually Power Gaming, of course. The Power Esports boys coming out swinging. Again, another side that I feel like they were really hit with the unlucky stick towards the opening games we saw from them. By the end, Black, they warmed up a bit. They were more proactive. You were seeing some nice splits, good fights. It's not really been that same level of lethality, though, I was expecting to see from Power.
Easy with 3 picks, let's be honest.
India की फाइट को डाउन कर दिया और ये कितना लो कर दिया भाई.
Overall, it was a successful day, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Yeah, they didn't make it into that top 8, but I think you're right. It looked a lot better than that day
आपकी
one.
बस थोड़ी सी बेकार आ रही है. सही
Power,
करो.
at least, there's definitely opportunity, because I do respect it. I like the fact that they were willing to tell each other, like, to sort this out. There are some situations where we're just not playing well, and you know things are bad when Easy's the one who's holding the reins a lot of times. You don't want to see Al-Hajj in that front line. Navallo's down.
एक player down हो गया
This
क्या?
is what I was worried about. You could see both of them had the same ideas, trying to find partners on this center, but E Arena just instigate it and have already started to put Falcons into a rough spot. The
Henry
that goes down. The thing that worries me is this is way slower. The last time they went for this hot drop, they were taking the punches. They were the ones engaging. Henry seems like he went in for an opening sort of punch with the DBS. Didn't work. He's down, he's isolated, no one's there to back him up. But that worries me. Already that's a sign of them not playing as confidently as they did last time.
It makes no sense to me either for Falcons, because if you're on that rotator from Sami, you've got a quick angle to get across that bridge there. Remember, Thunder Talk's out in the game. Camp Alpha, technically open. Alter Ego in the game. That's the Northwest Island pop open as well, so you've got teams moving in, but most likely on this first game of the survival stage, Camp Alpha is going to be pretty bare. Let's be quite frank about it, and I think for the Falcons, this should have been a quick read, sent up, go towards Camp Alpha, or at least the compounds on that south side of it, scout it, then move further in. I don't understand why we're waiting around here, okay? If not, just have a look in over towards AX and Nongshan Red Force, you maybe get a pick off there, but the speed is slow. It's a slow rollout.
This is certainly a slow setup here as well. Doxy just playing on the edge towards the doorway there. You've got Cyrax in position. If he runs in, baited out by the shots, you should get a quick connection off with the DBS, take him down from the sidelines. It is only 3 of them left. He had the timing for so long. Doxy gets in, not just with one, but a second follow supported by the squad.
I mean, fair play. Right? He got the hit reg off, yeah, and he just doesn't do enough damage.
हाथों से एडिट करके
Doxy just goes in with such careless abandon that it's almost hard to hit the shot on him. If AX going down there does feel pretty rough, but definitely a positive sign for them. Big head with all 4 players up. Power loses 2 as they move up. Easy.
यार टीम अच्छा खेलती है टीम
in hand always has been out as one of the better players on that team when it comes to those nades. Yeah, this was silly, in my opinion. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of emotion.
I know, welcome to the stream. मुझे भी रोना आ रहा है.
And that is a brutal start. One you've got to sit there and just really the atmosphere of the other teams.
Guys, all is well. अभी 5 matches
also
पड़े हैं.
causes problem for you into the future, because now you're kind of considering whether you should keep going back to Paradise Resort.
True.
Alright, it sets a precedent for Yangon Galacticos. Al-Hajji's still down. Managed to get 2 elims this game. I don't know how far he is out from this compound. We'll see if they can get him back up again, but I think it's highly unlikely. Vision down to 2. Marcelo and Volt still up. Volt had some pretty good success, I would say, in the group stage. I think he was carrying the team quite a few times. See what he's able to do here. What? There is so much space. The Northwest Island, it's so crazy. I mean, 4 thrives in hard tin. You know, Thunder Talks, Camp Alpha, Alter Ego, top side of the mountain. Teams should know. There is so many locations. I don't know why no one went to any of these spots either. I wonder if they just assumed that they would just be running into hot drops, and it's just hilarious to me that we instead get hot drops on Ruins as well as Paris Resort. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. It's already looking like a
अच्छा
bit
तो
of a
मैं मार
scrappy
देता,
one to kick us
मैं
off
भी
here,
मार
going
देती
into
यार,
the
मैं
first
भी
day of
मार
survival
देती.
stage.
एक आधा नहीं यार, हम बोल सकते हैं वहाँ का.
It's uncomfortable as well for Power right
अरे
now. That
उन्होंने
third
घेर
party
लिया था
set
पूरा,
up
पता
towards the
है.
ridge side there with Hora getting the vision down, so they were able to take the connection shot off onto Al
DBS
Haji.
उठा लिए,
Just
चलानी
trapped,
आती.
feeling like sitting ducks,
ऐसे
especially
नहीं
from the
बोल.
angles they've got if you try and peek out into it. Okay, E-Arena on our screens
कुछ
here
कह
though.
नहीं सकते, क्या
Already
हो
claimed
गया.
that one Elim to start things off. Could be a good setup from Loxy from the sideline.
कैसे क्या
Molly in through the door, Nade's responding on top of it as well. Spam on the smoke to see if he can get a connection. Topsik has that nade towards the backside. You've got a bit of a reposition from Joker there. He was the man that took a big blow onto Falcons to knock one player early, and he's still building. Good close quarters combat, quick reposition, find himself some cover. Wanted to convert onto the knock, but instantly bitten back upon by Silas.
This is the technical best team in survival stage.
Wow.
That could have been a big amount of damage going through. Bomb has to back off the building. That's the bounce on that
यही
bomb.
बात है.
To jump back.
सही बोल रहे हो.
Team Falcons
ये
now
main
finally made that
reason यही
decision
है.
to cross the bridge. Took them a while.
बोलना
They
आसान है,
required
करना
Irina to make that
बहुत
move
मुश्किल
first.
होगा.
But for Regnum Kaya now, they need to speed up this fight.
They've got to clean them out.
यार
Remove Mormon from
वहाँ
the
पे
positions.
पता
They've
नहीं
actually
इनमें
got
ना
some
थोड़ा सा
backline
वो है,
cover with that roam
confidence
up
की
from
कमी आ रही है.
Falcons. You're going into his domain though. DBS, oh, nice moves to at
जैसे
least try
इनमें
and
देखो क्या
bait him off
कॉन्फिडेंस
with
है,
the
घुस
peek
के
from the
मार
side,
देते
but
हैं.
Mormon's
हमारी
ready
टीम
for
में
the
नहीं है
first.
कॉन्फिडेंस को, नजर आ रहा है.
While down, so just two players there for
ज़्यादा
Regnum
मुझे
Kaya.
लग रहा
Not
है.
ideal, not ideal whatsoever. Not an easy circle to play for Regnum Kaya. But getting in here on this engagement, I think for Loxy, he's getting caught on the backside here. No information. It was a bit of a weird one, the 1-3 split going on. And the timing's just a bit off. It's a good Molotov actually from Joker as well, because it prevents Loxy from going back in that building, forces him to take that 1v1, and he's got the lip to play around with. You just wonder if the comm didn't come through fast enough for the rest of the team to react.
The stream. They said not every
Silas,
day is your
Poshvik,
lucky day. Better
left
luck
alive.
next time.
They've got no clue where these bullets are
Every
coming
day
from.
what
Either
every
scanning the
day?
horizon.
चौथा दिन है, चौथा मैच है, चौथा दिन है, सॉरी हाँ. तीसरा
The
चौथा.
Elim feed as well. It's that
चौथा
delayed
दिन है,
fight
yes.
that was going on between Vision and Power. Trapped in the compound for quite some time. No fit was the one just guarding, watching over the top if they did peek out, but intermittent skirmish just between the two teams. No room for him to snatch away some points from that yet.
कम हो रहा है confidence.
And this has really been starved out as well. Obviously just
बस
that
कोई
duo
नहीं,
left,
कर
not the ideal
लेगी,
start.
अभी है. 5 मैचेस हो
A
रहे
team that
हैं.
really could go so far here as well. You know, one of the horses that you were expecting to at least be able to push through, make it into that final race. Talented squad. Vision do finally fall though, taken out.
Yeah, Alteki, very shiny coat on that one coming off the back of PMGO. And to be honest, I put a lot of stock in that team.
Yeah.
I put a lot of stock in Regnum Kaya. I do think they can go far. They get pitched out because it is such a fierce battle for the top on day 3 of group stages. I think it was 2 points. 2 points to start between
really
them
close,
making
yeah.
it in. I think they ended up on 9th place there. So Regnum Kaya, I still think they can go far here as a team. Not a great start though over on Sandhawk. They do have technically one of the strongest locations right now. But do they really have it? Or
Last chicken dinner कैसा था? Last chicken dinner तो
territory?
था यार. उसमें तो
I actually get the Falcons.
कॉन्फिडेंस की कमी नहीं लग रही थी. वैसा ही खेले ना, वैसा ही खेले ना आज भी.
Join the action with after 7.
लास्ट चिकन डिनर निकालने से क्या होता है? गौतम गंभीर को भेजा अपनी टीम में, जोश भरेगा. ठीक है भेजो.
On the battleground. Revo with the first
तो मैं भेजूं
contact, good
अपनी टीम में,
shots
कहाँ से
over
लाऊं
at least.
गौतम गंभीर?
Able to keep himself behind cover.
मेरे कॉन्टैक्ट्स नहीं है, आपके होंगे. आप बात करो
just kind of
गौतम
open
गंभीर से.
themselves up for Revo to take any shots that he would like. Over the top, will hit hard. Noxy will go down. That's a heavy blow to take. Second one goes through. Almost was on target. A little bit of a bouncer there. Could have been terrible news for Nongshim Red Force. Difficult location for Falcons to play from them. As we head up towards Regnum Kaya as well as E-Arena, it's just a bit of a hill, right? It's pretty sheer. And again, if we keep circling in on this location, it's going to be downhill battles for some of these teams, and more often than not, an uphill battle for quite a few of them.
Yeah, you would be firmly on struggle street. This fight continuing here as well. Issue is for Nongshim in the back line. You're going to get closer and closer towards the Falcons. You're going to have bullets coming in from either side, feeling uncomfortable with the split as well, down to just 2 players off the back of this. Some nice nade work from Squash. He's been quite consistent, I'll give him that as well. It's been nice to see what Squash has been bringing to the roster.
He's fitted quite well, you know, like a glove. It's nice to see for Alpha 7 they can just get on board with him. They're right though, they do have to try something different. It's not working. This is very different for Alpha 7, I would say. It's a much more passive playstyle than we usually see over on Sandhawk. They took their time to head over towards this position. The circle doesn't afford them that time though, over on the southern bridge, and I do wonder how they're going to play this one out. Luckily for them, Falcons are losing a player. You've got Noxian Red Force down to 2. So there is a route in for Alpha 7.
6.4 पॉइंट अपनी टीम का है, लास्ट में पहुंच गई है भाई.
Regnum Karia as well. It feels like it's so unfortunate with the setup there of how that initial fight went. Then ever since, right, you've been trapped. Silas just having to keep himself in cover with the vehicle behind. Knows there's teams around him.
The crazy thing to me is that E-Arena's not cleared them.
No.
Because I get that Silence could take shots. I mean, if I'm E-Arena right now, I'm looking to clear Regnum Kalia as this circle starts to push in. A lot of these teams on the northeast side are worrying about one another as opposed to E-Arena and Regnum Kalia. You don't want them sat in this location. It's such a strong spot as well, considering like the surrounding area of it, where it's quite difficult to push over to that location. There's a little bit of cover in terms of trees as well as the rocks. But you have prime location. And so do Falcons. Falcons have managed to pull this back from what was a bit of a shaky start, in my opinion. I feel like they could have had this a lot sooner.
Guys, please like this.
He had the reposition from Ragnar as well, of course, the last remaining member of Power Esports. Not bad considering they found themselves 6 eliminations, but obviously going to want to try and steal away more. So much line of sight to play with. Really just tucked in now. Vehicle gets hit with a barrage of bullets from the bridge there. Korea being able to get vision onto him, so he's just got to tuck in.
I think he shot his own tyre out.
I think he has, yeah.
Accidentally.
Danger close, danger close.
Yeah, not ideal.
I guess this has at least taken the attention off Binny. Obviously, he tucked in underneath the bridge a while ago when Nongshin had to back off.
Check it. At least check it. He should know there's another team around here. He clears one. He knows there's at least 2 players up for Nongshin Red Force. Clear the bridge, please.
Zone में जाना team wise.
This is actually spotted as well. Late on the rotate. Man, he could be problematic.
For Alpha 7, they've got a fantastic spot to play out this game, at least get a top 4, right? You don't clear bridge, you lose a player to bridge, that hampers your chances. In the meantime, Yangon Galacticos have been pushing in from the blue, right? Now they're up against Influence Rage, and Myrna sends a wild spray in over towards Diego, who gets the shot down the side.
Vision obscured, but the bullets were on target.
Nice.
Diego, though,
Smile,
responds back up close, and it's all gone wrong.
Lay on the bandage. I mean, to be fair, I'm saying that, but in the moment, that's a difficult decision to make.
Yeah.
You gotta be quick thinking. So I can't be too upset with that one. I think the fact that Yangon Galacticos gets as far as they do is already fairly impressive. Horror Esports moving across from that northeast side. They do clean up Kino Trope, with Scarface actually finding those shots from Fireflux. Always on the long range, that guy, as we go in towards our next circle. That's brutal. That is brutal. Almost no reason to be on the south side of the circle here. And Revo goes down. Was that to Tizzy or Billy?
Tizzy, yeah, Tizzy from the coastline.
It is sloppy.
Yeah.
It is sloppy.
I think the thing is, yeah, okay, they finally got vision onto it. That's the scary bit, because then obviously you turn your head on a swivel, you're expecting back towards the coastal side. Binny might have been able to cause some issues, both dive in towards the water.
Oh, mate.
This is getting messy.
Squash is looking around the side. There is a team coming through.
Oh, nice!
That is a nice angle. Well played, Squash.
Squash open. ये क्या हुआ?
Ignore that.
What is this?
Over towards the east.
सुन लिया मेरा. यो दीदू, यो मयूर भाई.
Right now they just need to clear a lot of these teams on their eastern side. Lose one in Solus, which is not good. They have a lot more teams to deal with, and they need a large roster to make that happen.
Team आई थी, मानिया की
needs to
टीम
get
बाहर
back up on his feet. Binny
बाहर
will
हो
go
गई है
down
वो
eventually. Regnum
बाहर ही है,
actually winning on the north side.
एक ही प्लेयर बचा है। Oh,
Squash finally being able to finish that one off onto Binny as well. And you're right, it's not ideal whatsoever for intense
लास्ट
game.
प्लेयर बचा है।
Bullets back over onto it. Meanwhile, we lose the last representative from Horror Esports as well.
होरा का भी लास्ट है।
It's two guys.
Wow.
It pushed them.
Yeah, go for something confident here, surely. Play off one another. I mean, Silas has just been tucked in
Yes,
this exact
मर
box
गई।
for like a good
Hashtag
5-10
15 पे।
minutes. Effectively uncontested.
बाहर।
The nade back.
This
With
is
0
wild.
points.
This is wild. One on the left-hand
Oh,
side. One goes
नहीं
down.
कर रहा था
Needs to
बेचारा।
be quick on the trigger though. If he wants to get Silas back up, one goes down the back lines. They might
Oh,
just finish
nice.
it off.
फिनिश देना
Now
जरूरी
just
है।
Mormon left alive. Tosh picking a 1v1.
The peek into it.
ओ भाई
Quick
भाई
switch to the shot, exactly
ये
three, and able to mop that one
मैं
up. But
वही
that
आया
was
भाई
rough, dude. The
बाइस
fact he's forced it down
स्टेशन
to the solo. Decision to make to go for the pick back
है
up
हो
as well,
गया
especially with
वाह
Fireflux further down the hillside. How has he got away with so much mischief? Just two of them.
राइट
35 seconds. I think he has time to get Sakura back up again, but yeah, messy. Very, very messy. I do think that Arena could just have pushed them slightly earlier there. With nades, take two angles. If you're getting shot, just back it up. Falcons, though, fantastic spot. Could have had 4. Avalo didn't go down.
वो बता रहे हैं कि एक
But Alpha 7 do make it
प्लेयर
to that
डाउन हो
coastal
गया है
side.
टीम
Tizzy
अल्फा
continues to
7
be
का
a problem.
Yeah, the double spray. He got the backline angle for
इसे
a double
चिकन लेना
spray
है
onto
हाँ
Alpha 7.
They know he's here.
अरीना का
They
ना
were aware from so long ago.
लग नहीं रहा है क्योंकि
Exposed himself to it.
3 मैन
This
आई
is brutal, bro.
2 मैन है भाई
Well, Falcons
मुश्किल है
potentially realizing now's the time to go in. Koa from the sideline spots them. Exchange on points between either team. We say goodbye to Alpha 7. And Falcons
फैल्कन
looking to
का
put
है
themselves in a
फैल्कन
good
का
spot.
चिकन है
I'll have Falcons just take down Tizzy there. Honestly. Fair play to the Falcons.
But
This has been an odd game all round.
अभी
Let's
उस
be
हिसाब से
honest. I
थोड़ा
think
मुश्किल लग
Falcons
रहा
could
है
have
ये
been
कब
quicker over towards
अच्छा है
that
वो
north side.
पोजीशन
There's a lot of teams like Northwest Island that were cut out in that top 8. Who were finding the most success there. Nate goes down over towards Ralph.
My.
क्या बच्चा है भाई वो सामने वाला
Literally eats it, chomps down on it. No big deal.
That's
भाई
nuts.
साहब
A Maxim-esque nade right on target, but he barely survives with a sliver of HP.
भाई एचपी
Difference
चाहिए
is
नहीं
obviously when you look at the battle of attrition, right? Falcons the only squad that have 3 players left alive going into this.
चैट
Want to play off one another.
ये कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा हाँ मैं समझ
Fireflux as
नहीं
well,
समझ नहीं आ
the
रहा
arena
पढ़ तो
in
रही हूँ
position to at least get a shot potentially back onto Redox from the side.
गन हाँ
Scarface
मुझे वही
is
लगा
not-
फैल्कन पर ये भी जीत सकती
He's a
है
bit of an unknown factor here for
Falcons
these teams
फंसी
because
हुई
he
है
is incredibly good when it comes to these open sight lines. They also have this ridge to work around. And Fireflux are currently inside the
दो teams के
circle.
बीच फंसी हुई
Falcons
है
have to push out into that
दोनों
open
की पोजीशन
ground.
अच्छी है दोनों टीम्स
E-Arena
की
also need to move, but they're close to the circle, so they can afford to wait slightly. You can see here Koa as well as Ralph edging
प्लेयर्स
closer
धीरे
and
धीरे जा
closer.
रहे हैं अरे नाइस नाइस
Very,
नाइस
very
अरे
nicely
अच्छा यार
played.
नहीं
That's
ये नहीं
Ralph
मार
going
दिया
down, and Koa has to play in the
और उसमें भी
score
शॉट्स आए
Scarface.
ओ अभी नो
Oh, here he comes.
टीम एफएफ ने मार दिया
Unloads the
वाओ
magazine, gets a clean connection off. Sakura down, sideline back
Team
over
ही
from
है बाहर
Redox. Goes both ways.
वाओ
Wave goodbye to E-Arena. Leaves us in the final fight
वक्त
with just
बदल
2
दिया
squads.
जज्बात बदल
Fireflux
दिए
and
भाई
Falcons.
This is fantastic from Koa, man. He has to immediately
टीम
start
एफएफ
moving
ओहो
up.
एक प्लेयर
He
देख रहे हो
knows he can't delay.
कैसे
And I
क्लोजिंग
think
कर रहा है टीम
actually
एफएफ के
Fireflux won't expect him being this close. Like, that was a stellar decision from him.
Oh, catch. Spotted out from Redox in the
गेम
back line.
खेलने के लिए हाँ
Koa
लेकिन
chucks
ई
back
का नहीं
over.
है
Calls it
फैल्कन
quits
का
on
ही
the
है
push back up. 2-2 split. A lot
2v2
of distance
है
to work with here. Uphill battle, just spots out the head, but it's a quick timing on the peak. Scarface back over, bullets down, heavy tag.
The only thing is that Redox almost scares him off the
अरे
position that
नहीं आ
Koa
रहा
was
नहीं आ
going
रहा
for with the
नहीं
nade. This nade's coming in quick though. Koa sends a nade down, does good damage over towards Ketch, and Scarface is yet to toss the nade just yet. Could air burst over towards him. Koa's taking a 1v1 and Ketch will win it out.
Oh, the Tommy Titan
No,
unloads the
finish.
magazine, shuts down the first Redox with a big task ahead of him. Quick peek up over the rock face, battling back with the DBS, trying to keep them isolated. Give himself
This is
1v1s. He's got the heal in, quick peek back around.
हील
Trying to
करना
see if
चाहिए
he
था
can
उसको
bring him on
यार.
the face. If they give him an opportunity, he could snatch it up
नहीं,
close.
हील करना
But
चाहिए था
Scarface
वहाँ पे.
handles it, and they will snatch
क्या
that
है
one
ये
away.
दीदू?
It's
ये
a dangerous
टूर्नामेंट चल
proposition.
रहा है. हमारी
Scarface
इंडियन टीम
will
गई
be
हुई है
laying some scars
इंटरनेशनल
into the
खेलने के
battleground
लिए.
there from long range.
जी गाइस,
Give
जी
him a
नाइस
sight
ट्राई,
line,
नाइस
give him
ट्राई.
an
टीम
opening, giving him an
फैल्कन
open field, and it's hard to deal with him.
एंड
But the Falcons,
कांग्रेचुलेशंस.
though, again, cannot give enough praise of his balls. Koa, he is just making some big movements. I really
Congratulations Team FF for the chicken dinner. भाई क्या क्या है, क्या है? हाँ, अपन एक गेम खेल के आता है रे. जब तक मैच स्टार्ट होता है. प्राइस क्या है मुझे नहीं पता. प्राइस क्या है? जी जी, वेल प्लेड एवरीवन. यस वेट, यस वेल प्लेड. गलत नॉक किया ऊपर वाला. किया तो अब क्या ही कर सकते हैं, वहां पे नॉर्मल है ये चीजें. स्कारल स्कारल कौन स्कारल करेगा अपग्रेड? कौन जीता? टीम एफएफ जीती. टीम एफएफ अभी जीता क्या? अभी तो सर्वाइवल स्टेज चल रहा है. जीता क्या? अभी एक मैच हुआ है. अभी 5 मैच और है. 5 मैच और है ना स्केरी? यार अपनी वाली का पहला मैच बहुत खराब गया, बहुत खराब गया. 3 लाख डॉलर प्राइस. 25 करोड़. ओ माय गॉड. और अपनी टीम क्या? अपनी टीम दिया रे, दिया रे, दिया दिया रे, दिया रे. 5 है. क्या 5 है? बहुत डैमेज इसको दिया मैंने. मैच बाकी. हाँ 5 है ना. अरे क्या था ये? करके रहा था ये नोटंकी. कहाँ गया? फेस रिवील करके खेलो ना. फेस रिवील नहीं होता मेरा. ओए है. काहे 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 नैना काहे? चलो दे दो, अपन दोनों भी जाएं खेलने. चल 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 जल्दी चल. दूसरे को भी मार दे भाई तू। मरी गयो, मी मरी गयो। हाय, आप रेडी रहो, बस मैं रेडी हूँ, रेडी हूँ। अबे यार कैसे भाई, कैसे? अरे मैं कैसे कैसे मार दूँ भाई इनको? नहीं, विंटर लाइक आएंगे। हाँ, आ गए। भैया मेरे से ना होगो, मेरा टीममेट हो गया ऑफलाइन। नहीं रे, भाई दो दो बंदे मारेंगे, कैसे मारूंगी मैं एक ही साइड से? अग्रे उसमें बताते, रुक जाओ। नो नो, बाहर आजा, क्यों आओ बाहर? नेक्स्ट मैच हो गया स्टार्ट क्या? वाह, रश करते हुए रिलोड। कोई नहीं, प्ले अगेन करेंगे, एक मैच और खेलूंगी। बाहर आ जाओ, आ रही हूँ, आ रही हूँ, आ रही हूँ। प्लीज नहीं 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 लगना, अरे नहीं लगना। लग गया। नेक्स्ट मैच स्टार्ट हुआ, फिर एक बार चेक करके आना। पीरो प्लेयर। यार बेचारा अकेला हो जाएगा, खेल लेती हूँ ये वाला, एक एक खेल लेती हूँ, फिर आ रही हूँ। बहुत गंदा है, बहुत गंदा है। नहीं हुआ, नहीं हुआ ना। मैं क्या क्या करूँ, क्या करूँ मैं एकदम होपलेस हो चुकी हूँ। कैसे कहाँ पे बैठा था ये, कहाँ बैठा था भाई? भाई ये तो गलत है ना। भाई बहुत गंदा पीटते हैं भाई यहाँ पे लोग। मैं तो मौली करती रह गई भाई, की तो फास्ट है भाई। अरे मतलब मेरे टीममेट के सामने से मारता हुआ आ रहा है भाई, कुछ भी हो जाएगा। बहुत हुआ यार, बहुत हुआ। तो वो डाउन है। ऐसे समझे हमको, हाँ। तो यार ये नीचे से आ गया भाई, पता ही नहीं चला मुझे। मैंने दिया यार, कितना दूं? अच्छा दो बंदे एक ही ड्रेस में है। भाई मेरा टीममेट क्या कर रहा है? छोरे भेज रहा है क्या? अरे क्यों वो गन क्यों नहीं आ रही हाथ में? बाहर आ जाओ, स्टार्ट होने वाला है। हाँ, आ रही। भाई क्या कर रहा है ये, मेरे मुंह के आगे क्या कर रहा है ये? बेइज्जती करवाने तो आए एंडी, थोड़ी बेइज्जती होनी चाहिए मेरी। बोलो क्या करना है बाहर आके? स्टार्ट हो गया क्या? आ रही हूँ मैं। आ रही हूँ, आ रही हूँ। अरे काहे
काहे बे
आ रही
काहे
हूँ आ रही हूँ
Banged on a lot about Alpha 7 there. Currently on a split
ओह
up towards
ला
that
ला
north
हाय
side.
शरियन
Hope it
वेलकम टू द
goes
स्ट्रीम
well in
क्या
this game
खेलोगी
for them.
कुछ
But
नहीं
instead, let's take
मैं
a look
देखूंगी
at Falcons. The last game could be described as some sloppy maneuvers. I think that they could make it through to the top 8 with that kind of play style. They looked a lot more solid over in PMSL EU. And I think they need to get back into things. I think for them, honestly, the pressure is probably less on here in survival stage, and it's pulled back a little bit, you know? That pressure to go straight to main stage, of all the crowd cheering for them, not as much for them here over in the
मैच ना हम
survival
एक लिमिट
stage.
खेलेंगे ठीक है जब
But
मैच
again, it is still co-host making a lot of those
Reading
big
time.
movements, a lot of those
हाँ,
big
ये
decisions,
readings.
and I'd like to see some more of the team, you know, step up for them, because right now you can't be the only one making those plays, forcing the team into good positions.
Yeah, I think again on that note as well, you could see sort of the high pressure decision making. The comms looked a little bit messy, and in the survival stage, I just don't think you can be allowed that luxury. It's got to be point perfect. The choreography needs to be nailed every time. And if we're ever looking at them where it feels like, oh, you know, it's paralysis by analysis, they're not able to instantly make that heads up call. Yeah, I just don't think that embodies how that team needs to play. We'll see though, obviously.
क्या हो रहा है ये
To one side, let's focus up on the rest of the survival stage today. We're going to our second outing now. We'll see how the land starts to lie. Of course, relatively close grouping for the mid portions of the teams there. Not gigantic point earners for the most part.
For Fireflux, I bet they're very pleased about the Sandhog. I mean, it's been a good Fireflux Sandhawk. I think they were always in the conversation towards the end game, but getting themselves a chicken dinner must feel very, very good. You saw them shouting, they were elated by that win. It's a good moment for them, and I think for Fireflux, this is certainly the spark that might start something special for them in the survival stage. For their PMSL EU outing, you know, it was pretty decent, all things considered. Couldn't quite best over towards some other teams, but I think overall it was a very, very good result for them. Sort of came out of nowhere on that last day and just jumped and jumped and jumped. For Regnum Karya, on the other hand, there have been some really good games. I think in their 2 days of play, the group stage, there were some really cool moments for them. What I think happened to Regnum Karya in that group stage is that they had a lot of situations where they could have capitalized, like Alter Ego, but failed to transition very, very late into the game, into something fantastic. And I think if they were able to do that, I think that would have given them the confidence and the momentum to push even further. So I just think for Regnum Karya, we're waiting a little bit. We are playing the waiting game. We can't wait forever.
No, you certainly can't. I think it's interesting as well, because obviously 4-5's had some amazing games. The team that always felt like they could have made similar plays was Regnum Karya. They were always in very similar positions with some of the circles we saw there. But like you say, just didn't quite capitalize on it. And we saw how well that went for 4-5's, right? Suddenly you absolutely blow the way up. They're looking fantastic, racking up those results. And yeah, I mean, again, man, like we're coming into this, they're one of the teams that you would expect to be able to make it out from this portion of survival stage. And I think with the talent, they should be able to bring it. But obviously, you've got to show that in the lobby.
I think you would be disappointed not to see them go through. And it's funny, actually, because the way things actually shape up right now, barring, let's say, E-Arena, which I feel bad saying, I think that's the only team that I'm sort of skeptical about. But if all 8 of these teams made it through to the finals, I think I'd be quite happy with that. Honestly, I think that makes sense. You know, Fireflux all the way down to Regnum Karya in 8th place now, probably would switch out E-Arena with horror, but I am prepared for anyone to make that big impressive maneuver.
It's early doors, so we'll hold our reservations for now, see how it develops.
Low fight
AX, okay, up against Alpha 7 up on the hillside. Exchange of nades. Only a few left in the back pockets, couple thrown out. Relatively fragmented as well. It's Devotee that's kind of trapped on an island. Cyrax's there, but the Bazon to support, not the best range.
Yeah,
मैं भी खेलूंगा
absolutely
लिविक.
running low on
Okay.
ammo as well. And I mean, for Alpha 7, they've had to back off because it's danger close on the other side of Regnum Kaya pushing up that way. Got intense game playing around Hospital. Typically, Regnum Kaya is quite
ये
quick
फाइट
to
इनको
play this
निकालनी है
position.
कैसे भी करके.
They hold a lot of space to just create problems for
चाहिए
you.
यहाँ से.
It's very central right now as well, so I don't think many teams are too unhappy with their spot for Alpha 7. They're dropping smokes right now, trying to get away. I think they're happy to just give this corner of Everest over towards AX. They don't want to get caught in the crossfire between two teams.
Fall back कर दिया भाई. नहीं trap
Nice shot
trap.
from Henry there. Good distance.
भटका दिया कि हम निकल रहे हैं.
Getting a tag from the sideline. It's Mafioso. So they are able to back themselves up. Of course, tons of cover to work with on this. She's not going to eat damage from the front line. Mafioso as well can kind of hold Edgard in this, get a bit of a read on where they're going.
Yeah, your only difficulty, right, is you getting pincered a little bit if you're Alpha 7. It takes a lot of coordination to realise where you are. For AX, they're in a slightly worse scenario where there's a lot of sight lines looking up towards that location. You can get pushed easily and then you become the pincered team.
उन्होंने भी सेम किया.
Here, Alpha 7 does need to be very careful about this southwest side of Everest.
ओला एक टीम और आ गई.
Yeah, they're going to play it slow. Yep, absolutely don't
Alpha
want to do that.
7.
I think you did see clear that actually go down to scout the building that currently Regnum Kaya have held. And it's a good spot. It's a very, very good spot to play, quite open around there. You do have this little ridge side here which prevents you from taking shots to teams that do situate themselves on this locale, but this is going to provide information back fairly quickly to Korea if Regnum Kaya ever want to push.
Meanwhile, you get the POV as well. Nice little establishing shot here with the rotate for Hora Esports. Another team that I think, you know, we've seen a lot of good telltale signs, especially in that last game, some of the heads-up fights they went for. No Fear was making some nice plays. I think Sky as well, like the close range combat, dude, he was thriving. It felt like he was just kind of, you know, bring me more, bring me more.
No Fear's has his moments, right? And I think the Sky's able to capitalize on them quite a lot. But yeah, No Fear's been opening up a lot of opportunities for this team. I think they fell off quite a large amount towards the end of group stage. Weren't able to quite maintain pace with some of the other teams who were just living in large, right? Ultra were living their movie throughout the entirety of that one.
हाँ तकरीबन हाँ सही बोल रहा हूँ.
I think for Horror they just weren't able to match that. I think here in this type of lobby it's a much easier locale to really display some of that strength that they have. This is an awkward one. You see a ton of team on the western side of this circle. You're pushing out over towards Pachinki. Don't necessarily want to head over towards one of those cities nice and early here. But for your team vision, I think heading over towards Church right now, getting that high ground set up, you could easily go for something like that. You won't want Fireflux coming in from that eastern side to pick that one up too quickly. So yeah, I think for team vision, it is just a case of getting vision over towards Church, making sure it's not taken, because it is an astronomical amount of teams that are on the western edge.
R8 as well, thrown into a potential bout between Influence Rage there, down towards the roadside. Morazin set up a couple shots back over Prestige, taking Law, bringing down the gavel on that one. And again, you know, we already saw R8, it was frustrating. Their outing in the first game, the headsets were thrown off, the team was dejected instantly. So being able to at least withstand an opening here and bring yourself back into it, that's going to do more for the men. They do lose Prestige, he's fully taken out, you get the response back over, so 3-3 left on the player count between them and Influence.
Yeah, Law gets appealed. Like you say, it's a case of we went 3 for 3. Right, I think us losing one player, you losing one player, can't be too unhappy with that one. At least it doesn't go unanswered, right?
Yeah.
But alright, if it went unanswered after that last game where they barely got to play, you're feeling so cold going into that third match. It's very rough. So they have to play in this game for a good 10 minutes from now if they want to get some more of that practice in, which you hope they've been doing over the past break. Relaxer.
हाँ तो 10 पॉइंट एक मैच में निकालना जरूरी है.
10 points down towards the south side though. See if they actually do end up.
ज़्यादा निकाले तो और अच्छा है, पर 10 points मैक्सिमम तो लेके चलो. पर मैच 10 points आने चाहिए.
To hold those players out, Horror's going to have to go for something very quick here.
Could be an interesting head-to-head as well. Both of those teams have been playing with the pace a fair bit throughout the games we've seen from them. For Hora as well, you know, a lot of question marks. They play a little bit too passive at times, but they've been able to switch it on when they need to.
Pretty rough position going through this field. A lot of sidelines available over towards it. It's a little bit later in the game now, so not as many teams will be holding this. So they're just going to head over towards the south side of Pachinki. I think that's fair enough. They checked the buildings down towards that south side where Yangon Galacticos currently ended up, and they didn't fancy that smoke. So sitting over towards that south side, taking the gamble on that one that no one's picked up for the meantime. Potentially hold up R8 here. But it looks like R8's heading further down over towards Yangon Galacticos, which might have been a mistake for them. But next circle coming through.
Oh, अपनी टीम बाहर हो गई यार.
Straight down towards the fields. Teams have got to plant themselves in here.
Hope someone comes along to water you to sprout into a chicken dinner. Kind of combining the analogies there. I don't know if that one really lands.
एक चारा है जोन में एंट्री लेने का.
It's true. It's a nice potato throw.
Chicken and potato. We like it. We like it.
Hey, that's a whole dinner.
That is a whole dinner. A lot of teams moving in though, over towards this field. You don't have much choice right now. This is going to have to be a fast migration from a lot of teams. You are burning rubber to get here. But where in here do you go? There's not a lot of options.
Yeah, limited space with a lot of squads to try and balance this out between them.
It's actually a great rotate from Falcons. I'm actually very pleased with this. This is fast. They're into a nice spot. Actually, this is one of the better rotations I've seen. This is a team that frustrates me so much because they'll see it.
Oh, nice team INF ने यहाँ पे Falcon का एक down कर दिया.
Come on! They'll see it. They'll see a location on the map that's free, and they just refuse to take it.
Finish भी हो गया वो.
Honestly, fair play to these three
Third
players.
Party,
Made it
third
through
party.
because this is a good spot. They had to be quick about it. Yeah, sure, maybe Navala lost a tire. That's why he goes down there, and you can sort of respect the fact that they actually went for this for the first time in forever instead of sitting out on the edge.
अपनी टीम क्यों नहीं सीट चेंज करके मारती है भाई?
I sound angry. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. I'm very, very pleased in fact.
He's smiling. He's smiling whilst he says it.
एक बंदा खो भी चुके हैं हम. Henry फिर से Henry.
Get a shot into the back line there as well of AX. Meanwhile,
rotation के दौरान Henry
vision down, a couple of bullets being fired out by Sleepy in the sky.
दीदू आ गया मैं आ जाओ
the opening chicken dinner of the survival stage.
Okay, चलो.
It looks like they're healthy for it. Right? They're giving it this game. They are over towards that northeast side though, and Horror currently has that high ground against them, but plenty of little cover to play around with. This little ridge side as well is a nightmare to assault. I think Horror sent a player far down towards the south though, who might be able to take some shots through. That's no fear. Still,
एक कैजुअलिटी के साथ हम जोन में पहुंच तो गए हैं.
Find the pick off. Either way, no fear, great space for them to push through in the end. Kino Trope, not a bad location from them, very, very central.
Yellow devotee भी knock.
I would be very, very happy to see Falcons do well this game. But with Gamax on the north side, who have caused them problems multiple times in the past,
बच जाएगा, पर zone आ रहा है.
Well, we'll put a pin in that one.
Oh, nice.
It's out for 7.
Nice.
Do get the shots off with a Mini 14 at least back onto AX. The arena similarly nipping at the heels on the chase there.
बहुत प्यारा.
Boy goes down to Kino Trope. He was able to find that shot towards Narvalo moments ago when they went for the reposition towards the compound where Gamax were holding.
There's some brutal circles, Jackie. It's very brutal. Kind of the
devotee finish plays on
the eastern side, just filled with fields.
2 man हो चुकी है अपनी टीम.
On the grasslands over towards the west.
16 teams अभी भी alive है guys.
It's a bit bumpy though.
2 man नहीं है, 1 man है.
There is some tree lines to work with.
क्या बोलूं मैं?
I think intense game. Does find a nice little neat moment. Squeeze through the gap on that west side, but I think there's teams like E Arena who would be likely coming from that compound on the west.
AX Team Aryan.
Heads on a swivel here for Fireflux as well. Found a
Solo
stab
play
back
बचा अपनी टीम
towards
से.
vision. Able to take that man down out of commission. Still looking for more, potentially reposition back over from Scarface onto Horror. Meanwhile, on our screens here, you can see the nades being cast out down towards intense game. The Dolphins have got to make a move quick.
It's one shot.
Couldn't quite land it though.
madness.
अपनी
Sleepy does
टीम
go
की 3
down.
विकेट गिर गई.
Starface
Yes.
actually pushes really far out towards the eastern side. It's a nice pickup from him. I don't think he needs to push this too far though. He can probably come back towards the team. He's just making sure that Sleepy ends up in the blue. And he can confirm that, which he will do now. Intense game, lobs, nades, too close. And then too far. And then yet again too close. So the geometry on that one, not great.
More shots into Horror as well. Obviously Fireflag setting themselves up after picking off one player with the aggro push from Scarface. Everyone else is being able to shoot towards them as they have to bail quite a far distance in the ground.
What is the options here, Jack?
Just run, man. Head held down.
Falcons do catch off one of the players in Sky. He was getting a little bit too close for comfort for them. But they're going to hold this position with the sun going off as well. Good for Falcons. More time spent in this compound means more time and safety. Silence is able to find AS, but Silence will get taken out by Intense Game, giving them no chance to pick their player back up again. They've got they had a 2-2 split going
अपनी टीम
on.
वहाँ घूमने गई, घूम के आ
Wild
जाएगी.
wasn't able to
लग तो वही रहा है,
grab
guys.
him. I
Last
think
play
long
में
shot
होगा
by
बाहर
them
ऐड हैशटैग
down that south side versus Alpha 7, and they
भाई
find
हैशटैग
him.
16 पे गए हैं.
Yeah, that was the steal away from E Arena as well, even off the back of the knock from R8 there. Alpha 7 feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Obviously Intense Game similarly in the angle to work with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know why he was peaking that in the first place. Like, they've got to think about what they need to do next, and R8 has to move in. Like, there's limited time that they can take that long angle on the western side. I just don't think Mafioso had to make that peak, especially when he's placed himself on the hard edge of the blue as well, where the north side can see you. Not enjoyable. Yeah, I don't see them lasting very long here.
Now, it was a nice attempt on the rescue mission, I'll give him that. Obviously, for what it is, though, Squash is able to lock this angle down. He's been really crisp as well. Good tracing. You can see even from distance, able to keep on target. Obviously, you run the risk of going for the save on your teammate. Instead, both you go down because of it. So again, it's a really brutal game for R8. Meanwhile, here we can see E Arena on the crash down. They're going to see if they could shut down Intense Game. Flashbang right in the corner. Keep you concussed. The shotgun comes out. Joker trying to make things work, and they will do just that. Goodbye, Intense Game.
8 elims again for E Arena. Weird moments where E Arena like has these cool plays, but then will completely cool off. The engine will stall, and we see if that happens right here, right now versus Alpha 7s. They make their way up. They hear the fighting. It's a good opening knock, and they're sending more in. What are you doing? Oh, let him crawl in at least.
So grouped, they give that one up basically for free with the shrapnel being thrown over from Alpha 7. Al-Haji even taking pot shots from the side now, got an angle on the top of the ridge. The nade follow-up, that should basically be E Arena completely blown to bits. I mean, you've got one guy, it's just Joker trying to get away. Everyone else in a horrific position.
It's a good clean up onto Intense Game, but if you're E Arena there, now's not the time to start looting up, it's the time to get going. Right, you got to figure out your next move. Teams are moving in from your south side. You should know that from that compound that was sat underneath them. Tony K goes down to Al-Haji, who's bringing the pain in this game. In the meantime, most teams are on the outer edge. There's not a lot of area to play. You can see here, it is just barren ground. And that bountiful harvest we were talking about earlier might not be quite coming through for a lot of our teams.
Oof. Koa getting the spot there on towards Solus. Damage back over from Power as well. As Fahedon's able to show his impact to Power Gaming, revving the engines, keeping the momentum going. For R8, they did get the revive back up onto the knocked players. There is still 2 alive in commission. That was Marth with the heads-up maneuver to keep him up whilst the attention was turned from Alpha 7. And of course, on that E Arena crash that we saw moments ago.
But R8, they made it a fair way into this game. I think they had to. They needed something to give themselves a little bit of confidence going into the next matches after that first one where it looked brutal. It looked absolutely brutal. Power in the meantime, though, like a locust over on this western side of the map.
बोरिंग हो गया रे अब तो. हाँ आ जाओ। ड्रैगन में ऑफलाइन हो तुम। अभी जा अभी जा दिल रुबा अभी जा। ऑन ऑफ कर ले तू एक बारी। रिक्वेस्ट नहीं इनवाइट भेजूंगी। हो कहाँ? तुम ऑनलाइन ही नहीं दिख रहे हो। टीम कोड दे रही हूँ, ज्वाइन करो। टीम कोड से ज्वाइन करो। डाउनलोड डाउनलोड करो ये डाउनलोड। क्या क्या? तो नहीं दिखा रहा है। ड्रैगन इज लाइव हैज नॉट डाउनलोड द मैप अनेबल टू स्टार्ट मैच। वॉर मोड है, वॉर मोड।
डाउनलोड है मेरा तो।
नहीं है। देखा नहीं है।
लीडर तो मुझे यही लगा था।
नहीं वही लगाना। हाँ हाँ ये नहीं लगाना।
वही तो था।
नहीं वो नहीं था। M4 और वो था UMP।
चलो खेलते हो।
ये क्या है?
अभी ये कौन? नहीं नहीं नहीं, जस्ट वेट वेट वेट।
अरे यार ये बहुत बकवास गेम है, मेरे को नहीं अच्छा लगती है। शॉटगन वाली। मम्मी नहीं यार, शॉटगन नहीं चलती मुझसे।
कोना कोना रिवर मत दो, फाइट लो फाइट लो। आ रहा है, आ गया।
मार ही देगा ना।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, रिवर मत दो।
अच्छा यहाँ पे भी है। हमसे ना हो पाएगा रे भैया।
रुको रुको, हाथ करूँगा। क्या पनौती है ये?
क्या
ये क्या पनौती लग गई?
मेरे से नहीं हो रहा यार ये वाला मैप, मतलब ये शॉटगन। यार रहो यार।
ओके।
बढ़िया काम किया। आईक्यू लगाओगी, आईक्यू देख लो मेरा गाइस।
अबे ये अंधा ही कर रहा है।
अरे किधर है? यार मेरे को कितना नूब दिखाओगे यार, छोड़ो ना, मुझे नहीं खेलना है।
अबे अंधा।
क्या कर दिया भाई?
भाई एक गोली में हमारी क्यों नहीं मरता है?
अंधा हो गया वो। भाई अपने बस की तो है ही इतना ये।
अरे क्या
नूब है रे, मैं नूब है। मार दिया मैंने। अंदर तो सबसे पहले कर रहे हैं ये। मैं बाहर जा रही हूँ, ठीक है? तो है तो बता देना।
आ रहा हूँ, रुको आ रहा हूँ ये।
हार ही गए।
भाई
बाहर आओ, बाहर बाहर आओ।
6 फिनिश कुछ काम नहीं।
मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आया ये मैप। ड्रैगन तुमने मुझे रिक्वेस्ट तो भेजी नहीं है ना? नहीं भेजी है। मेरे को लीडर दो तो पहले मैं अपना वाला मैप लगाऊं, उसको डाउनलोड करो।
ये वाला डाउनलोड है शायद।
हो गया गाइस, हो गया। पिट पिट के पिट पिट के पिट पिट के। हेलो 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 बानिया, हेलो हेलो हेलो। आवाज नहीं आ रही है क्या मेरी स्ट्रीम पे? गाने कहाँ चल रहे हैं? हॉल पे चल रहे हैं क्या? अच्छा हम इस साइड आए हैं। चलो मेरे पास कब आ गया बंदा? खबर ही तो थी मैंने, मेरे पास भी आया था बंदा।
दोनों ही बनने अच्छी थे। ऑप्शन भी नहीं है।
क्या ऑप्शन नहीं है? हो गया ना ऑप्शन? नो डैमेज है।
अरे कहाँ पर है?
बहुत डैमेज है एक। नाइस कवर, नाइस कवर। अब एक ही है नीचे। हे यार क्या लगता है? कुछ नहीं लगता है मेरे को, मैंने उम्मीद छोड़ दी है। बहुत सच्ची बोल रही हूँ, अब तो मैंने उम्मीद छोड़ दी है। ये तो उड़ उड़ के मार रही रे बाबा। हे हे काको, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। हाउ आर यू काको? आया आया। अरे नहीं, इसको ऊपर दे दिया तुमने, जीने का। मेरे पास आओ, मेरे पास आओ। अरे और दिया मैंने, हेड दिया।
एक को उधर रहना पड़ेगा मेरे को, एक इधर रहेगा।
बढ़िया।
एक गया।
ऑलराइट। दोनों डैमेज है, दो ना। नाइस। डैमेज है थोड़ा बहुत। नाइस। ऊपर वाले को दिया क्या? अच्छा।
तुम्हारे पास है क्या?
मार दिया उसको। बहुत डैमेज है। हेड खाया एक बंदा। नाइस 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 नाइस। अच्छा मैं क्या कर रही हूँ?
मरना चौक में।
दोनों तरफ से मार रहे हैं भाई हम। बेचारे यार बेचारे। होला इमको अमीगो। हाय धन श्याम, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम भाई। नहीं मतलब क्या आप सोच के पुश कर रहे हैं? क्या सोच के पुश कर रहे हैं भाई? फिर ऐसे कैसे चलेगा?
समझ ही नहीं रहा।
कैसे चलेगा? कुछ नहीं बोल सकते, कुछ नहीं बोल सकते। एक और बार प्ले अगेन कर रही हूँ, रेडी करना। गाइस मैं कुछ नहीं बोल सकती अपनी टीम इंडिया के लिए अभी तो। आई एम वेरी वेरी डिसअपॉइंटेड फ्रॉम दिस टीम। घनश्याम जी कैसन बा? घनश्याम है, सॉरी घनश्याम बोल रही हूँ मैं। सॉरी मेरा ना थोड़ा टूटा हुआ है फोन, तो इस वजह से वहां दिखता नहीं है। घनश्याम को घनश्याम पढ़ लिया मैंने। हैशटैग 16 पे गई है, पता है वो टीम। सबसे पहली टीम जो थी बाहर होने वाली।
दोनों पर पश्चिमी टीम में ये हुई ना अपनी।
क्या?
दोनों पर फर्स्ट में गई ना अपनी टीम।
नहीं। हाँ फर्स्ट पे गई है। कुछ टाइम बाद पीटी से ही बाहर रहेगी लग तो रहा है। नाइस नाइस, बहुत प्यारा, बहुत ही प्यारा।
अरे टकला फटा उसका।
मार दिया। SRVG, welcome to the stream. How are you, SRVG? मेरे पास आओ।
आ रहा हूँ।
अंदर।
उधर जा रहा हूँ।
मौको तो बची यार, एम खराब हो गया। नाइस मॉली। आओ ना।
अरे क्या मारा, बंदा उड़ के भागा।
इसे एक बंदा नॉक है ना मुझे। क्या था ये?
अरे कितने हेड खा रहा है बट नॉक नहीं।
बढ़िया काम किया, बढ़िया। एक ठो है, एक ठो, दोनों नॉक हो गए। SRV द ग्रेट का स्वागत करो। SRV जी का स्वागत है दिल से। चलो बाहर चलो, फिर एक लिविक लगाते हैं। खेलोगे SRV जी एंड बॉब जी? बॉब जी आप खेलोगे? ये बताओ। SRV तो बहुत बिजी बंदे हैं। बॉब खेलोगे? आओ ना, एक गेम खेलते हैं। एक गेम, एक लिविक। ये वो नहीं लगा ना? ओए नेक्स्ट मैच भी स्टार्ट हो गया। ओए नेक्स्ट मैच स्टार्ट हो गया। हाँ चलो चलो गाइस, नेक्स्ट मैच स्टार्ट हो गया है। कोई बोलता क्यों नहीं है मुझे चैट में?
There you go.
What do you like that? Was that good?
Surely that's got everyone hyped up, right?
Yeah,
ये
I'm
क्या था भाई?
hyped.
क्या था
I
ये?
hyped myself up.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You'd need to.
Look at this, you know,
बहुत
we got a
बुलाती
little
है
bit of
मगर जाने का
introspection,
नहीं।
hype yourself
ग्रेट
up, get
के
yourself
बाद
into
मूव
it. This is the
लगाना
advice I would give to all
भूल
these
गया।
teams.
अब
Ironically, that
पढ़ना
actually is a
वाली
pretty good
है।
summary of the sort of mindset you need to be going
SRV
into
द ग्रेट
halfway
मूव का
point of the
स्वागत
day,
करो।
right? You've got to try
अच्छा
and get those jitters out of you, forget about what's happened in some of the games
ऐसा
with the
क्या?
rough starts for a few teams. Try and keep that momentum building. For a few of our squads, they certainly have been able to
पुश हो गया
pinpoint that
गया।
momentum. The power here looks like we're thrown into an opening bout, though, instantly versus Influence Rage.
And the Rage of Easy, the last day of group, certainly influenced them here. They've turned into some absolute monstrous opponents. Currently second place.
Oh,
That is a beautiful jump.
hell of a jump on that.
Look how serious he
बुलाती
looks
है
as well.
मगर जाने का
Yeah,
नहीं।
so focused up. This is horse gameplay. That's what we're bringing to you live.
Through the fields of Erangel. Straight hoofing it.
A glorious gallop. The Stallion. Power Gaming.
भाई
Ragnar.
आवाज कुछ ज्यादा ही आ
In
रही
the
होगी
front
ना?
lines. Charging back to his team.
मेरे को भी कुछ ज्यादा ही सुनाई दे
Assist.
रहा है।
That is not a trot. It is an all-out sprint for domination.
He's coming.
He stopped.
Oh, he's too late.
Yeah, he might have needed to be a bit quicker on the horse rotate. It's not really worked. Influence Rage are able to fight back and take down one of Power.
Oh, Vahidon's in a bad spot now. There were some shots from the sidelines coming through, but Vahidon's all on his own. Just got the pumpy up top side.
मैंने बोला होगा डैमेज
And he
है
takes it.
और लेकिन क्या डैमेज है भाई क्या ही उतर डैमेज पड़ा है नॉक एंड इंस्टेंट फिनिश
Yeah.
लेकिन कभी फिनिश है 3v3
Yeah, indeed. Mac 10 Madness up close.
3v2 है
Slaps
oh
it off
nice
the head. Ragnar from the top side though.
easy को भी डैमेज
Does start to show what he's made
Finish
of.
देंगे
Bullets down range. Fragments influence Rage once again. Lil Boy got to make the move. Drop the smoke, see if he can get his teammate up. Nade from Easy. Ooh, only one though.
We know that he's a bad boy when it comes to it. Let's see if he can hit this one. It will be very influential. Goes through and bounces.
बच गया भाई क्या बचा है
Easy. After the M16, Ragnar's just sending it, dude.
He's coming in. Close on the doorway, ready for it.
He was late to the party. Everyone's already left, but he's determined to keep the music pumping.
He just
ऊपर वाला
dives
easy
into
नहीं कर रहा
action.
है
17 bullets in the clip. SMG. There's the secondary if he needs it. Pull out the UMP. Yeah, you know me. Ragnar about to make some crime scenes.
अरे बहुत प्यारा बहुत प्यारा
Little boy down and out. Not the big man.
अरे क्या मार दी भाई
Turn around for Ragnar.
क्या मार दी
Feel his
फ्लेक्स
wrath.
में
Pulls out the 4 bullet, and that's all he needs. Nade goes through. Ragnar dives out the way, but somehow
10 point
on the stairs,
लेगी
still
अपनी
takes the
टीम
tag. Diego will find one. And we are in a 1v1 between Easy and Diego topside, but in comes another
अरे
team.
रेंजर डाउन
It is
ओ एक और
intense
टीम का
game.
थर्ड पार्टी हो गया भाई टीम आईजी Easy is the last
Everyone
man
starts
standing.
to cheer Ragnar's name.
1v1v
Tense game, drop the shush. The silence over the fight in the compound. Diego tucked in, trying to play on the back foot. Easy. About to be hit with a heavy nade up close and personal. Just a desk to provide cover.
Playing it safe. Molotov in. Have to climb this one. Does fully take the brunt. Walks out the way. No one's seen him just yet. Gets the tag.
नहीं
We'll find
नहीं
the
नहीं
knock, but
इजी
it's
ने
not
मारा
enough with silence.
पर
He
उसके
will
टीममेट
silence
ने
the
कितना
party
प्यारा
here.
कवर दिया यार
The boombox thrown out the window. Diego in a tough scenario now. For Influence Rage, Power will take the #1 spot, but for how long?
बची गियो
Only 1 point ahead of Fire Flux, but they have had a good run today so far.
For Diego, you are sweating bullets.
सही जगह पे नीड कर रहे हैं ओह नाइस साइलेंस
Shots
ओके
connect. Silence does not give a damn. Spams the shots into the loot crate, adds insult to injury. An intense game. Make out with the cleanup crew plays on the fight from Influence Rage and Power.
Hansel's a 3 for 3. Kind of a wild step down, by the way, now I'm looking at it. Alpha 7 in 6th with just the 11 points. That drops down to 9 in 7th. We're in just single digits all the way through to 16th. AX with a big fat goose egg.
अल्फा 7 क्या फैल की है भाई पूरी फैली पड़ी है
Gamak's got a bail with his fajita, the hop behind the wheel. Terrified about having a bike taken out of him as Squash was looking for the setup with the trace. Able to limp out of there with his lives behind the steering wheel.
We're in pretty central. This is actually one of the more fair circles we've seen in quite a while here, Jackie. Regnum Kaya leaving Toshpik behind over towards Rozok just in case it does back up that way. And for Regnum Kaya currently in 9th place with just the 8 points. It's not been an ideal result.
तुम देख रहे हो जोन देखो भाई
This is a good opportunity for them.
चलो टीम आर्यन अपनी जोन में ही है
lot
हाँ जोन में
of
ही है
potential here.
पर क्या जमगढ़ मचा हुआ है
Potentially this is the game to do it. We'll have Horror Esports wrapping up on their north side. Does Loxy go down here? Because they are just rocking straight up towards him. And it will be wild to take the first, and that's the Kino trope of all
Trade
teams.
ले लिया 2 Oh, team AX भी आगे थर्ड पार्टी करने wow oh Henry ने kill किया
fight between them. You're getting crashed on from either side with Kino trope and
नहीं आ रहा है
diving into action off the back of the punch. Henry firing out bullets with the scar, ripping people to pieces. Devotee locking down the wide sight lines up front as well.
2 points accrued. That 0-pointer completely gone. It's not the case no more. No way you're Molotov.
भाई ये किल लेने के लिए मोलोटॉव कर रहा है वो बंदा बताओ यार वेस्टेज ऑफ मोलोटॉव
Fucking silence in the corner. Put on for barbecue. Unnecessary, but tasty. They'll take that point.
Ozzy Sands barbecue opening soon. Pre-order your tickets for the grand launch.
2v4 है जा सकते इजी कर सकते हैं शॉटगन है
Kino trope.
एक और
Two
टीम आ
players
गई
up. Falcons off in the distance there.
30 second delay है आपकी स्ट्रीम हाँ मेरी 30 second delay 14
Looking at it objectively, I think what happened there is that they've had a couple of games in the past. Ooh, nice nade.
Nice nade by Devotee.
They've left Rozok. It's come back to bite them later on. So they tried to take this circle shift back this way. There is going to be a lot of teams flowing through this area, right? They want to play the 2 rows. They want to play the warehouses. I think it was a dangerous split, and they had to make a quick decision of whether they want to stay on Rozok or they want to regroup here. But they didn't have the time to make it happen. Ozi-san, final player left remaining. 1 Molotov remaining. We know that he can be nasty with it.
Need कर रहा है
It's gone.
Nade for the window. Wow.
क्या बच्चा भाई
Damage onto both. Able to withstand the shrapnel and at least stay alive for now. Arian setting up on the sideline.
3 points आ गए guys.
Well, trying to get a read onto Ozi-san.
This is getting awkward now. Falcons do peek their heads out of Pachinki as this one moves further away.
दिल दुख हो रहा है यार
Drop coming through. Take a look at the map and where we're heading next. This has been very central. Not so much anymore. Heads above towards Rozok and Rectum Kaya. Oh, fuming, dude. Absolutely fuming. This has happened so many times to them throughout their tournament history this year.
Nice Falcon भी आ रही है
I feel
भाई
bad for them on that one.
Shot back over from Sleepy as well onto Fireflux. Having a great day of it. It's a catching a bullet.
KN का सोलो प्लेयर
Not in the
बचा
manner
है
that you would want
nice
to.
Hey, this is nice actually. In the midst of all of it, Falcons able to find themselves a spot. Mafioso, perfect parking. That's going to lock down the doorway. Primed.
Falcon ये for 7
Vertical.
सब टीम्स हैं यार KN का लास्ट प्लेयर यहाँ क्या करने आ रहा है ये भी
Going to be looking for after 7. Going to want to find some points on this one.
Don't know how Ozi-san's made it in there, but he has for solo. This is Falcons' favourite spot, by the way. They love playing this position. My only issue with it is that the 3-story sometimes gets pushed a little bit too hard, and I don't think that the Falcons quite have a solution for it yet. I'd like to see how they play it out this game, because they have a huge amount of potential from this position. Nice high ground to work with, nice vision, claiming 2 buildings as well, and able to play off the back of one another with nades from that top side. If it continues to zone in on that area, you've got a good chance at that game. Alpha 7 looking for more points on this one. You're currently in the top 8. They want to secure it a little bit more.
Drop
Get the little establishing shot as well, top-down POV, giving you an understanding of just how close these squads are to one another.
Ooh, yawn. Yeah, replay on this one. It was cinematic.
Nearly made it through the window.
Did. Squeezed it through. Like a TARDIS. The window, that is. bigger than you think.
Yeah.
It's bigger on the inside.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Falcon की fight होनी चाहिए, NS की fight होनी
Smaller on the
चाहिए.
inside.
दोनों
It'd be a bit of a shame.
It'd be weird, wouldn't it?
बाहर.
Yeah.
I went to my TARDIS. It's a closet.
Yeah. Where's all the space?
This is a high-tech machinery.
Budget cuts. We couldn't have all the space on the inside.
That would be a weird parallax effect. I'm not gonna lie to you. Smile, taking some shots out the window for Yangon. One of their like top players over towards that group stage, just putting a huge amount of work in. There is some games where Yangon's able to get like quite a few points. Usually they do limp in towards those final circles though. This is hella awkward for Falcons as we send over towards that eastern side. Now Gamax might have played a blinder on this one accidentally. Obviously you don't know where the circle's going to go, but that's actually a really nice place to play and gives you a huge amount of control. Now Falcons is at the back of the queue. Fantastic compound a minute ago, not so much anymore. Horror's quite glad, despite being one of the first to this location, they didn't fully commit, and they didn't have to. They had the option to play on this eastern side, and they'll get a lot of benefit off the back of that.
Alpha 7 की fight हो रही है.
Gets worse for Ekatari as well, of course. Been trapped as just a duo for so long. Alpha 7 able to get the sight lines over, so we'll commit onto that with Toshpik being knocked down on his last legs. Loxy not really in a spot to quickly make the dash to grab him just yet. Nades over the top. Got the smokes on the bottom of the ground, trying to get some semblance of cover here.
For a team that starts in Roshawk, they're pretty rubbish at it. Thoughts?
Just going to let that one ruminate, really. Just thought I'd let that air for a bit.
I don't think that they're bad at it. I think it's just indecision, dude.
Sorry, are you moving further away? Is that backtracking?
I am backpedaling. Yeah, I am backpedaling. No, I think that it's not a case that it's indecision. If I'm being really
well, I think that's also what we have seen a couple of times already, where it feels like the split on the instant decisions where they need to go for something that hasn't really been there, especially today, where it's felt almost like the pressure of the situation has been getting to them more.
Yeah, it's like we should move. Like we can't just sit in our drop spot and like you get on with almost this hyperactivity. We've got to take a 2-2 split or something. Surely it's not going back over to Roshawk again. But no, unfortunate. I think that is the difficulty for a team that starts in Roshawk, is that you kind of want to make some kind of a play early. You don't want to just sit around forever. Cole's already found the 2 elims though, which is nice. Settling Falcons in a firm 3rd spot on the tables. I genuinely do think that those games that they've just come off the back of were very important. I think you put it well, you're saying that they're quite passive games, and they were just trying to get into that top 8. And it's so funny because when Falcons start playing like that, it's like, we just need these points, we can play it cool, and we don't need anything drastic here. Their gameplay goes up by a high margin.
Yeah, you can see the percentage play is what they go for, right? If it's not over 90%.
Nice, Irex, nice spray.
Work for them.
Nice
it's very team with connection back over onto Never Alone as he's tried to make the dash there for Vision. To join the rest of the squad over towards the compound side, so a bit of a split, 1-3 on them, having to try and link back up. It's Volt that's a key piece of this team as well.
Yeah. One thing I really do like about AX is that whenever you look at the player cams, they're always speaking to one another.
Oh, always good,
yeah. They're not the best team in this lobby. I mean, that is clear, right?
Yeah.
But they are giving it their all. It comes back to Roshawk. Gamax also quite unhappy with this one. We've had East hard shift to West hard shift. Man, if Regnum Kai just sat still, you know, could have been a very different game for them. Alpha 7 playing on that south side. Still at 4 players as well, and I think it's a good position to play. You don't have to worry about a lot of the major action happening on that north side. You can sit pretty down towards the south. Yes, you don't have the high ground, but there is less time.
The POV of Yangon Galacticos as well, a team that I think at times it's been a little bit too slow for me from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And it worries me really, especially in these kind of lobbies now.
Not feeling very Galacticos, you know?
No.
Not very Higgs boson. They don't encompass everywhere.
भाई एनएस के प्लेयर क्या खेलते भाई ऐसे उतार देते पानी की तरह लोग गाड़ियों से
I mean, it's crazy. We're going with the same crash.
Oh boy.
Ooh, a bit off target.
Yeah.
Nice.
Paranoid about the top floor, but it's the ground floor split as well.
Yeah, thanks to the elims. Guess.
That was a delivery. And Alpha 7 will take it. You can get the pick back up as well. Squash playing medic instantly, so they're fine. They can reset from it.
I like that though from them. Wow, I thought his head ripped off. But yeah, I like that they instantly start shooting. Straight after that concludes, stopping teams from wanting to peek in. Or, in fact, even inviting some teams, the Mafiosos, on that angle the entire time. Arthur moves up, somehow finds Marth with that nade. I think he must have just been slightly out of the angle. They behind, and Prestige is sat in an awkward spot, finds the first. Will try and get back through the window. Don't know how he's not down yet. The rest of R8 not in a position to assist as Damar gets the medkit off. But both his teammates are away with it.
ये इंग्लिश वाले अपनी टीम की बेइज्जती भी कर रहे हैं हाँ
That's to ricochet the nade with the geometry there of the building. Doesn't quite land on target.
वही तो बुरा लग रहा है दिल पे चुप रहा है इनका बोल रहे हैं जो ये
And Damar really just trapped on the push up here.
Curious what this is. Just trying to identify some a little bit of information. R8 goes down. Again, it's been a rough spree for R8 today.
Team
APK
and Team Falcon
get hit with a nade. That's from Nongshin Red Force, who did work their way up, and they have picked their moment quite nicely, and in comes more and more nades. But it is Horror actually picking up a couple of these shots from a hell of a distance.
They're substantially far away, but still making it work. It's interesting as well, Nongshin Red Force, as much as they haven't really been on the forefront of the observing in this game, they're still being able to steal away points a little bit here and there with some of the rotates we've seen. This is one where they line up. Unloads the magazine. Detonates his way through. Sigamag's trapped in position. Paranoia inside the building, but Tizzy able to compose himself and find that one onto Fajita.
It's quick. Chief from Nongshin Red Force is very quick. They should rank themselves up to 6 elims on this one. Again, they started off really strong on their day 3. Alright, last day of the group stage. And it was the way that Max put it, right, they were slipping.
Yeah.
The best way to put it, they were slipping. Pressure mounted a little bit too much for them, and they couldn't keep up the gas towards the end of the day. They'll have gone away from it. I think they looked visibly upset with themselves as well on day 3. You could only feel bad for them.
Yeah, you saw some of the individuals, really not sort of turning any cheek to show their emotion. If they had a bad game, it was very obvious, but I mean, it felt like they did at least kind of unpack the bag with it. So it was a rough game. They were able to reset. You didn't carry those emotions on.
Dude, there was a big solve in that last day for them.
Yeah.
Right? There was a big solve on their gameplay, how they wanted to work these things out. And I like that. I did like that from them. Figured out their gameplay. I'm going to bring that into survival stage. It wasn't like they didn't gain anything from that day 3. Tizzy finding yet another with Volt on a long angle from Mansion.
Baited out for the sideline shot, coming back in from Sky.
He has been influential on the map.
Yeah.
Like some really good shots from the M4.
Sky and No Fear, racking them up and knocking them down. You like the heads-up positioning of the crosshair as well. It's a great read on this. This fights where they are just absolutely paralysing. Just no way to move up. Good clean-up crew action over onto Vision.
Team NS versus Team AX दोबारा से हो गया.
And it's actually, to be honest with you, that early rotate out from Sleepy was quite nice. They got a lot of information off the back of that. They knew which angles to watch. They didn't have to move out from the eastern side of Rosok, but they do it anyway just to pick up some free elims and clear out the eastern side. That's their big goal there. Now they can start to work the issue over towards the west.
This is a classic fight.
Nice damage.
AX and Nongshin Red Force have been thrown into a hell in a cell again and again. two teams have been scrapping throughout the entire tournament, group stage and again here in survival stage. Delayed out on this one. Nades over the top. Arian trying to keep them pinned in position. Tizzy with the nade back over. Binny relatively low as well. Has to top himself back up.
Nade after nade. Looks like a better air burst in my opinion, but Cyrax does take a lot of damage from the strike from the air there. In the meantime, Horror moves up over towards Fireflux. They find Solus as a solo in one of the buildings. Unresable right now. It's hard to get yourself across to him, and he should just bleed out on this one.
Close quarters, Nate. You've got to tuck him with a shotty. Good tag.
Oh, 1 HP है, जा सकते हैं यार ये लोग. Oh, nice!
Henry
Nice.
inside of the smoke with the shotty.
बाकी लोग भी बहुत कम है.
Function Red Force very much cut down. Domination from Henry's side of the ring. Another good nade coming through from Horror. They are working the angle.
अरे
Prime nade right on target. Fragments the setup from AX. Henry has to make a hero maneuver on this one. Wraps up close.
अरे nice.
Molly over the top. Smoke up front to provide some sort of cover for his teammate. But Tizzy peeks in from the top. Struggling to get the quick reposition off and switch to the right gun for the job. Couldn't handle it. Cyrax in the back line now. Spamming through the smoke, but it goes both ways. Not much vision to work on.
Great third party Falcon.
Hello.
Falcon.
This is a cool rotate coming through from Falcons. They wrapped all the way from that north side. They left one player behind. Redox takes that one, and they're looking to clear up Nongshim Red Force on this third party. This is way more aggressive than the Falcons. They start to flap their wings a little bit.
Turning up the tempo, and it's what you want to see. We're saying they've been playing smart, passive games, looking for placements. But mixing in a good score on eliminations as well would be huge for their momentum.
5 points,
The bonnet hits the face of Tizzy, and they look to end the opportunity.
Roll him down on the reverse.
More elims on this. Up close, Raf takes a bit of damage from the peak, but they do handle it. Koa spots that one with a UMP, and you stop Nongshim Red Force that were building a huge elimination game. 10 already, they're taken out of commitment. Second closest, of course, is now Falcons with 7.
I mean, this is great, though, for the Falcons, because now they have control over towards the south side of Rozok. They also have Redox still holding that building on the northwest side. He holds his own. It's the first time we've seen a solo Falcon able to do that. That's really cool, because now they have a lot of needs be they can wrap back round again. The arena, but it is possible. So they have two corners of the map. They confirm on either side. The worst thing to happen here if it confirms fully northeast. That's the one thing they haven't accounted for.
Arena and Alpha 7 as well, obviously.
और 9 third party पीछे से Falcon की होती.
A lot of nades being primed here.
They're ready for a crash, that's why. They know E Arena has to come across. They've heard the fighting on the south side as well. They're just priming them.
ये मैच चिकन
That's a terrifying sight, by the way.
थोड़ा भी ले सकती है.
4 dudes, pin pulls.
ये 7 भी.
Not a party I'm looking to get involved with.
The mortar strike of Alpha 7 ready if you come running up towards the compound. Of course, you've got that 2-2 split as well. Toxic and Loxy inside of the buildings. Cover to work with. Shots into the back line. Horror moving up. Fireflux starting to reposition as well. That's the duo that's left alive here. They've had a great day of it so far.
4v4 है.
Some good smokes from Falcons, but there is a lot of sightlines to contend with. Koa's up first and will get knocked. Grevo's got 5 nades, so plenty here. Ascend over the top side. I think the Falcons are going to find this tough, honestly. Stop short. That's a good stop as well. They know the smokes haven't dissipated yet, so they can afford to stop short. There is a shot that goes through there as the Arena sees that Alpha 7 is distracted.
Oh, here's the problem though. It's not just nades from Alpha 7. Now they're coming in from Horror as well, down on the roadside. Now Valo is eating a ton of damage.
क्या यार नेट की कोई यूज ही नहीं करते. वो तो ये लोग देख लो ना कितने थ्रोएबल्स यूज करते हैं. वो किए उन्होंने स्टार्टिंग में. मुझे लग रहा है खत्म हो गए होंगे.
7
losing Revo.
Squash just gets back up again. Tony K drops a nade, but it's long. They're in the kitchen. and needs to cook this nade to perfection. Ralph finding Revo, steals that one away, but it's Toshpik to take him out. It's all down to Redox. 6 teams,
Nice.
last circle.
A7 chicken ले
Korea
लिए क्या?
firing off the shots in close range. Holds back E Arena. Only Mormon remains. They split on the push-up,
Falcon
hoping they
तो
could get
गई,
in
पिट
before
रही है
the pick-me-up.
Falcon.
Onto Squash. Didn't go that way.
सोलो
Comes
प्ले
back
बचा
to
है.
Mormon.
A7 के chances है. नहीं उसके भी नहीं है. होरा के chances
Still
है.
up, actually, didn't even realise it. And he's going to try and get placement here.
होरा
There's
शायद से
potential
लेके
for
जाएगी
it as
chicken.
well as everyone starts to get cut out on that northern
15.
side. Now Balor walking
What
up. This is
15?
a bold manoeuvre. Surprised he's
Yeah,
even getting
yeah,
in here.
15.
Finds one off the back of it. Mafioso's down. Mormon's still sending nades in.
Mormon on the slow walk up. Pin pulled for the nade. Bounce round the corner. Squash gets flattened. Mormon makes the play. Potential for the follow-up as well. Close quarters combat. Carrillo trying to hold on out for 7. Able to connect that
ये भी
back.
बाहर.
Silence E Arena, but now Novello knows that he can make his move. Gets up close with the DBS.
Nice.
Oh, huge kill. That is a
एक प्लेयर
beautiful
बचा लेगा
move
वो
to put
अपना.
them back into a position. He can get Squash back up.
Wait a minute. Regnum Kaya still going strong with Loxy. Hitting these shots here. It might not be end of the world after all. Carrillo has to send a nade over. It's not perfect, but now he's got to make the cross.
Oh, nice. जोन से किया ये बेचारा.
Carrillo going for it.
No way, Loxy.
Taking opportunities where they're presented.
Loxy
Regan
अच्छा
Carrier
लगा.
being able to play this one picture perfect with the opportunities that have been presented by other teams.
1v1v.
Everyone's overlooked them. Silence, no
Nice.
fear, living up to his name.
Hoरा के chicken है guys.
Silences Loxy. There's the shot back over. And that's the way it goes.
Horror played that game incredibly well. From the early rotate into the eastern side to push out
Nice.
slightly further.
चलो गेम खेलते हैं. खेलोगे क्या आप लोग? SRV एंड बॉब. कोई खेलना चाहता है तो ज्वाइन कर सकता है गाइस. नेक्स्ट मैच चिकन चाहिए कैसे भी करके विद 5 to 6 kills. कोई ज्वाइन होना चाहता है गाइस तो ज्वाइन कर लो. टीम कोड दे दिया है बंगाल ने. हाय बंगाल, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम. हाउ आर यू?
कोई नहीं आना चाहता है गाइस, ये बता दो ना, आना है किसी ने या नहीं? कोई नहीं आ रहा, रैंडम्स लेते हैं। ना एक गेम तो हो जाएगा रे। फाइनल कब होगा? अभी आज और कल सर्वाइवल वो चलेगा। हाय न्यूट्रिक्स, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। खलीफा फैन, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। अरे यार क्या है ये? कोई नहीं आ रहा है, सब जा रहे हैं। ड्रैगन तुम्हें फॉलो कर रखा है। ड्रैगन में माइक ऑन करो। अच्छा ठीक है फिर। यार गन ही नहीं मिली, बताओ कितना ढूंढ लिया मैंने।
भाई 4 नॉक दिया, एक भी किल नहीं। नंबर 4 इधर
Form up on me.
4 नॉक दिया, 2 किल आगे चल गए।
Form up on me. Help.
वहीं पे जाना है क्या?
नहीं मिड स्ट्रीम चलो। रैंडम से उम्मीद ही मत रखो ना, क्या करना है रैंडम से उम्मीद रख के।
Awesome.
लिविक लाओ, इसके बाद लिविक ही है। अगर हाँ मेरा ना वो हुआ है पता है,
ग्लिच चल रहा है, इतना खराब यार।
मेरा नेट की वजह से हुई हूँ मैं ऐसे। मेरे हिसाब से तो मैं नीचे पहुंच गई थी। देख रहे हो?
Please recall me. Please recall me.
तुम हो ना? हाँ तुम हो ना जिंदा। फाइट ले लेना, हम यहीं पे रुकेंगे, मतलब मैं।
I'm recalling a teammate. Thanks.
छत पे चढ़े हुए हैं, ठीक है ना, मेन की।
मैं लॉन्ग से देखूंगा,
Form up on me.
पॉसिबल नहीं।
Watch out.
ऊपर से तीन नंबर वापस क्यों आ गया? जाना उधर।
इसलिए आया ताकि लूट कर सके। फिर जाएगा वो।
पीछे बंदे, चलो
पीछे किधर?
इधर चलो।
आगे खतरा है।
आगे चलो, मैं बैकअप दे।
है किधर है?
इधर होगा इस
उधर देख।
मैं आगे जाऊंगा उसके मुंह पे, बाहर निकले देखो।
रुको ना, तुम 3 नंबर के साथ जा रहे हो। चलो।
Watch out!
अरे तेरी ऐसी की तैसी। कोई नहीं। यहाँ पे वो वाली गन पड़ी है, मैं उठा लेती हूँ। तुम वो उठा लो। M4 ड्रॉप करी है मैंने।
नहीं इनको नहीं चलाता मैं, लेडी की एक ही
वाह
फ्रेम।
वाह वाह।
क्लोजिंग फाइट होती है ना इसमें, लॉन्ग रेंज कहाँ होती है।
हाँ ये तो है। चलें क्या?
चलो रेस पे बन जाए, रिकॉल पे आ जाओ उड़ के। स्केटबोर्ड है ना आपके पास?
हाँ वो आ ही रही हूँ।
आगे बंदा इसमें।
आगे खतरा है।
वाह
वाह
वाह वाह वाह।
बस 3 नंबर आ जा।
3 नंबर आ जा तू, सेफ है हम। बात
वाह
मोड़ रहे हैं।
चलो बाहर आओ। खत्म है। आ जाओ बाहर आ जाओ।
आ रहे हो? और
बाहर आ जाओ।
एक मिनट। हाँ हाँ आ ही रही, बाहर ही आ रही हूँ। नेक्स्ट मैच स्टार्ट हो गया आई थिंक।
वो मोड ही लगा लो जब तक मैचेस चल रहे हैं।
मैचेस नहीं हुआ स्टार्ट अभी मैच।
देख रहा हूँ।
यार बताओ यार, बेइज्जती करे जा रहे हैं वो लोग हमारी। पबजी, हेलो पबजी। कैसन बा?
एसआरबी भी तो आ रहा था।
आ रहे हैं क्या? ठीक है, बुला रही हूँ, वेट, बाहर आना बाहर आना। मुझे वो
कॉल करता
ऑनलाइन
हूँ।
दिखे नहीं, ऑनलाइन नहीं दिखे, इसलिए फिर मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया। रुको पूछ के आओ, पहले पूछो आ रहे हैं क्या वो।
It's showtime!
किसका माइक है भाई?
बाहर आ जाओ बाहर आ जाओ।
हाँ ठीक है, आ जाओ।
नूर तुम्हारे साथ मैं खेलती हूँ थोड़ी देर में, ठीक है? कहाँ है सारवी?
आ रहा वेट रुको जरा।
फिर मैच स्टार्ट हो जाएगा।
Let's fight together. Let's fight together.
कौन है भाई? ये कौन है? क्या हो गया ड्रैगन?
उधर देख।
इधर देख। मेरे को वॉइस नहीं आ रही। मेरे को वॉइस नहीं आ रही। मैंने बोल ही नहीं रही कुछ। नहीं 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 नहीं, कुछ नहीं होता। अपन बने ही मरने के लिए है। सार्वी माइक ऑन करिए।
नो क्या हो गया? सब उतरते ही मर गए क्या?
हाँ
अच्छा खासा उतारा यार।
अरे
लो गन ही।
नो भाई, इधर भी विकेट गिर गई।
एक नॉक दिया तो पीछे से आ गया।
बंदा है।
अबे इसको कौन लूट लिया?
वहाँ पर बंदा।
कोई कूदा ऊपर।
ऊपर कोई नहीं। कोई नहीं। ओ,
मेरे
मारो, मारो,
नसीब में क्या? आ रहा हूँ बताओ। एक ही बंदा है वैसे।
ऊपर है। अरे, दो मिनट बैठने के बाद कुछ काम करे। 4 नंबर कवर दे, पीछे से कवर दे। आ रहा हो।
ये आ रहा है यहाँ पे।
आगे खतरा है।
1v4 नहीं करवाने का है।
आजा यार, ओए आजा आजा आजा, बच जाऊंगा। आ रहा है, रेडी रे। बे नीना को पीछे सब। पीछे से क्या ब्रो, पीछे से।
मेरे को इधर ही बचाने आना।
अरे कितनी गोली मार। 1 एचपी देखो, ले लो।
I'm calling a
बढ़िया
teammate.
जॉड।
Thanks.
ऐसा कवर
Awesome.
चाहिए, ऐसा कवर।
किसका माइक है ब्रो?
बंद कर, बहुत आवाज आ रहा है।
बंदा है।
अंदर आ गई। हीलिंग नहीं है मेरे पे। ड्रैगन फिर से आके फिर पिटी पिटी। नाइस।
ऊपर बैठा। नहीं, लेफ्ट में लेफ्ट।
यहाँ
हाँ, इधर साइड थोड़ा लेफ्ट आओ।
अरे माइक तो अभी भी किसी का आवाज कर रहा है ना।
मेरा नहीं कर रहा, मेरे को भी आ रही है क्योंकि
किसका है बॉब?
तुम्हारा शायद।
मेरा नहीं हो सकता।
अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है।
हाँ ठीक है।
अरे इधर बैठा हुआ है।
यहीं पे बैठा।
कूद गया।
नीचे कूदा।
एक और है यहाँ। आ रहा है, मेरे पास आ रहा है। मारो ना। अरे मारो ना।
फीलिंग नहीं है।
Don't give up.
अच्छा वो है ही नहीं है
You
ड्रैगन, मैं
still
सोचू
recall
ड्रैगन
me?
है।
मेरा तो उतरती है अंतिम ऊपर।
मैं उसमें हूँ। हील करो, हील करो।
से लागू करना है। मैं तो मतलब यहाँ पे देश को धन्यवाद कहना चाहिए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन।
कौन है ये, कौन है?
भाई मैं देख रहा था हिंदी में।
अच्छा अच्छा।
देख रहा था।
हो गया क्या स्टार्ट?
हाँ हो गया ना।
ओके।
हिंदी में आ गया।
दो है, दो है। हील करेगा।
ऑफिस के चैनल पे हिंदी में
हील,
आ गया।
अरे तुम भी हील करो ना। नहीं यार।
Please recall me.
आपके पास नहीं है ये स्केटबोर्ड?
नहीं है ना।
गाइस मुझे ना जाना होगा, मुझे काम है। अब मैच देखो। मैच स्टार्ट हो गया तो क्या कर सकती हूँ मैं, उसमें मैच हो गया स्टार्ट, मैं जा रही हूँ गाइस। मुझे ना जाना होगा, मेरी वॉइस कम हो जाए बस।
Over towards Gamax. Want to fully commit for the bridge rotate, but it also puts them at risk of getting gate kept by R8 Nogsham Red Force. That's one of the things they're going to have to consider.
A lot of teams now looking to make their move. A hard south shift to rotate at the same time. I'm seeing Fireflux moving into the hills to the south of Pachinki there. Nongshim Red Force actually regrouping to the compound that sits over that long hillside that borders the south edge of this circle where R8 currently take up occupation. Fireflux actually rotating away. Looks like they're going to try and push into the east side of that. And all of these teams from the north going to try and move on top of each other. It is intense game. It is Alpha 7 moving in this area. You've got Power as well, who are a little bit ahead of the curve. And Influence Rage actually the 3P of the Americas teams. And when you only have one good team in the region, well, you know who you want to see get out of it.
Yeah, this is going to be weird because, like you said, you got all three Americas region teams, ironically, just right next to each other. You would, I guess, expect that with similar play styles, kind of similar mindsets, obviously from the same region, but it seems like they kind of do this invisible handshake. You go on your way, I'll go on my way, they'll go on their way, and we'll avoid each other for the time being. But as deeper as Influence Rate starts to go, closer and closer, they start to get the power.
Fireflux did actually turn around. They're now still in those hills, but it's Gamax, it's Yangon Galacticos who have now crossed the bridge as well on the south side of the circle, who are poking their noses in. You've also got Irina, who have sent a scout down south towards Nongshim Red Force, towards R8, but now Alpha 7 have actually cut off that retreat. On the north side, Aura, Influence Rage now clashing, trying to take position, and first blood for Lorazit.
Influence Rage, great shot. Sleepy from a distance, though, takes Little Boy all the way down to just a sliver of health. He's most likely going to be finished off relatively soon. I don't foresee him getting picked back up. Of course, the medkit pops, but still, Influence Rage's got to fight hard. They've, again, struggled so much throughout the survival stage so far across the first 3 maps. They need to hold their ground. Not to mention, Power also starting to come in for a bit of a third party, and No Fear is gone.
A nice little flex out there from Al-Haji. Puts the stone in, gets the result he's looking for, adds a point to the tally.
Pleased to see you. Power now actually going to put more pressure on. They're moving down, and Influence Rage playing with 4. They're locked into the building. They're surrounded by E-Arena and by Power now, who have pushed Easy actually very, very close to this situation. That was a bit too bold, and I think they've read into that. They will pull him back, fold him back into the rest of the team.
E-Arena being on the outskirts scares me, however, for Influence Rage. Such a talented roster. They have really proven themselves throughout not only their second day of group play, but also throughout the survival stages already. Having some high placings. Zone will shift once again. Alpha 7 very, very safe where they currently are. Influence Rage, same story. E-Arena, Power around them. Intense game, though, might alleviate some of that pressure. They start the push in. Power encompassing their location. We get on board with the fight going down. IG versus Power. It will be, I believe, will it be a 3v4, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, currently that's how it sits. Power were a little bit split, but it looks like they're regrouping. They do have that off angle just across the way. Nade in over towards Easy from Silence, and he's quietening him down pretty nicely there. Al-Haji holding the flank still against Influence Rage, but maybe he needs to worry about the inside, but handles business from Fidan. On the outskirts there, looking to try and keep his team in this fight. Silas has the challenge down the alleyway, but both of them back off the angle.
Here we go, Power pushing up. Petrino cooking a nade. Al-Haji wants to take him out before it can get thrown, but now he has to reposition himself. IG running on fumes, and Al-Haji looking to put him into the grave earlier than they wanted, and that's exactly what will happen. IG struggles will continue.
Power have been stepping up today. A little bit lackluster, well, more than a little bit lackluster in the group stages earlier on in last week's games, but today it looks like Power are here to play. They added on some cheeky chicken dinners. They've been able to now get in and amongst it. It is a return to form for them. Hopefully they can keep this going. Oh, Vision.
Just about to point out Ralph, he was separated from his roster. Falcons have been leaving players, stragglers, to be the scouts for the rest of the trio, whoever's out. First it was Redux and Alaskan, we were talking about him, and now this time it's Ralph, who's, well, potentially in no man's land. I say that, but here comes the rest of the roster trying to pick him back up. Getting Ralph back into the fight, being a 4-man unit, is definitely going to be the way they want to go. It's a question now of vision and how hard they want to push this engagement.
The forward duo for Falcons have a position in this next circle. Koa and Narvalo looking to try and stanchion them down. Try and keep things under control here. Koa puts pressure. The res was sent over towards Ralph. He's up there in a vehicle now, and they can rotate away. Vision actually not opting to crash onto that position. Instead, trying to get ahead of the rotation and split Falcons off from their forward duo.
Now it's a question of Power, and do they want to continue to push the issue? And I guess not at the moment. Vision unintentional, though. Even though they do go up top, they still manage to pass by Falcons, and they are in hot pursuit, shooting some shots at Ralph. The early knock that they got a little bit earlier, now trying to get the finish. Influence Rage also in the area, and they're going full send. AXTMG also off in the line of sight. So this is getting a bit chaotic in the open field, and as they are pretty much dead center of the zone, everybody's going to be collapsing in. And now Jiggle from Aura. Regis, you got Silas also up there. Vision Bolt is pushing in, trying to take everybody on, and he's going to fall a bit flat.
Vision do a mad rotate through everybody in the circle into the middle of an open field. It was a death ball that they just sent in, hoping to all hell that they'd make it, and they just really didn't. It was honestly a pretty terrible position there for Vision to take.
100%.
I think that is probably coming off from the Falcons, what was potentially one of the most exciting, fresh, new, dynamic rotations in the tournament so far, into what I think I would categorize as the worst rotation I've seen this tournament.
Fully agree, and especially because you get a fresh knock on the Falcons and you don't even fully commit for the finish. You have the man advantage in that moment, and then you decide to pull away, allow Falcons to get the res, and then full send it in the middle of 5 teams? Nah, that just doesn't make sense, and, well, clearly they are struggling today as they just sit at the very bottom with only 2 points. Hopefully I'll start to get it together. A lot of teams on the north, stragglers, trying to come on in. Kinetro, Power, you also have Influence Rage as well. It's going to be pretty tight up towards the northern side of the zone. The first team to get in might be able to play Gatekeeper, but for the time being, everybody's got a lot of space to work with, but that's the thing. There's just a lot of space out in the open, vast area, which is the zone.
Yeah, that hillside to the south edge, that tree-covered hill ridge that currently R8 sits on, that Fireflux is sitting on as well, it can contain maybe one more team, but it's going to start to get squashed. Alpha 7 going to be looking to do just that. Meanwhile, on the northwest side, Influence Rage, they're trying to move, but so are Power. And Power are on form today. With 5 elims already, they found Lorazin. AXTMG going to look for that flush as well. And the third parties coming through from Falcons, who have managed to all get to the same shack out in the open field.
That's it, same shack, so they're going to be all together. They can focus fire, but they are being gate kept just a little bit by Noxium Red Force way off in the distance at the compound. So Power need to, or excuse me, Falcons need to be a little bit careful. For Power's perspective, though, the reason why they were so successful in that little scuffle they had with Influence Rage has spread themselves apart with the 2-2 split. Power are moving together as one unit. They are wolf packing, making it very difficult for any stragglers or any split ups, like for example Influence Rage, maybe even Kinetruck for a moment, to fight against this 4-man unit of Power. And I think I owe their success to, again, them being on the same page, sticking together. It's hard to take on a full force unit, but teams now start to settle down a little bit. Kinetruck is going to take over the western eastern side zone. Power will start to move in. AXTMG still running on fumes, but Henry may be looking to make a solo play against Power once they rotate in. We'll see what he can do.
Has got a forward position to assist with him. Irax, but they are very, very split, and in the open fields, it is going to be a difficult crossing. Power moving. Al-Haji take it down, and Influence Rage maybe trying to stop Power dead in their tracks. Fidan on the outside here with the AUG, hasn't managed to find it, and Lil Boy goes for the res.
Little Boy's going for the res. Little Boy now out. He knows he has to leave this. There's too much utility to use. And the juke, the bait and switch to take down the remainder of Power to stay alive. The Falcons are now starting to move in, and I fear this might be the ending of Lil Boy. But the medkit is popped. He's back up, but the nades are rolling in, and Falcons are starting to close the fight.
Oh, nice.
Boy stands on his own 2 feet.
कितने पॉइंट्स लिए इसने? एक ने 2 पॉइंट्स ले लिए गाइस। पर सोलो प्लेयर बचा है, एक प्लेयर डाउन है जिसको रिवाइव मिल सकता है शायद। फिर टीम में एक की फाइट क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे हैं? नहीं मिल सकता। मर गया हेनरी। सोलो प्लेयर बचा है अपनी टीम का।
Squash taking a lot of damage. Arena moving in. Squash ready for this. However, Alpha 7 starts to crumble. Gets the clean up on the Revo, and well, the rest of the Alpha 7 roster now in shambles. Only one remaining. It's Mafioso. He chose to stay back just a little bit, and well, he's going to have to go at it alone as a solo for anything, right? Going for placement points, maybe potentially trying to get the remaining cleanups. I mean, after all, E-Arena does have 2 down players.
Falcons got really keen to push up towards that north side. They've got 3 players in position to potentially pick up these points towards the arena. You can see these nades are starting to ring on out. And it's actually from R8 who are able to close down Alpha 7 here. But E-Arena suffering as they try and go for that cross. That northern flex out. The Falcons were all held down towards that number 3 on the minimap there on Narvalo. But now, with that flex out, they have those off angles. They now need to rotate back on in. You see the vehicles they got available to them though, and they should be able to make this crossing.
Yeah, E-Arena will maybe split the difference between them. Narvalo might be able to put additional pressure with that split. Noxious Red Force still dead center, by the way. They're going to play an big impact as we get later and later into the stages. R8, the team that, just like others, have been struggling quite a bit. Opposite of another team that is relatively low in the standing. Jangon Galactica, Saycloud Smile just up ahead. Mormon starting to roll in from E-Arena. I would be very, very impressed if Mormon can even pick up one, but with this off angle on R8, I don't know. I'm thinking he can at least start to hurt R8 a little bit, which could open up the door for Young Galacticas to potentially get a clean win here.
That's what they'll be looking for here. Gamax trying to push in on the southeast side in the meantime as Fireflux try and hold their own. So far, looks to be in the favor of Fireflux, but Rectum Kaya are chiming in across the way from the north side, pulling them now down to 3 confirmed. Gamax playing with just the 1. It may not be enough to take down Fireflux, but damage has been done, and that's going to slow them down. Talking about those holds out to the west side towards Yangon Galacticos, it really does entrench them in this position a little bit longer.
Fireflux staying alive a little bit longer, start to push up towards Yangon Galactica. Strax is, well,
टीम एक सभी भी अरे क्या यार साइरक्स के पीछे सारे पड़ गए भाई कितने नेट्स करेंगे
keeping the pressure up.
नहीं रे नहीं
Hashtag
8 पे गए ना
just on the edge of taking over first place. AXTMG are now gone. And Falcons have been huge.
ये अगर फर्स्ट मैच से इन्होंने किया होता ना तो खेल रहे हैं
now push up onto kill. The question is, do they know they're sitting in the weeds?
They have managed to spot that first knock, right? So they know that there is a team there sort of trying to navigate the northern side with a hard north shift. It would be a very viable team to try and take out, but Falcons overcommitting here would expose them to Nonshim Red Force, who have been in this compound since the start of Phase 2, almost Phase 1 in fact. They have been chilling here in big ways, right? One Elim, very quiet, difficult to leave if they had to rotate away, but they have control over so much of this open ground now.
Without a doubt, and not.
भूल ही गई रुको गाइस रुको मैं पिट जाऊंगी वरना